Alrighty then, mic check. Welcome aboard, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is what would normally be a Monday night, but it is Tuesday. We had to take care of a few things yesterday on Monday, so it is a Mentorship Monday on a Tuesday. Hopefully that isn't going to mess us up too much. Welcome aboard. If you are new with us, make sure you are following us over here on our social media, especially here on Instagram. We're going to see all the behind-the-scenes fun stuff. You want to learn how we earn right here on Discord channel chat. The link should be down in the description below, or you can head on over to our website, videomini.com or algoboxpro.com with the new website that is coming out. And of course, before we get started, let's make sure we cover all that housekeeping stuff. Don't forget, trading is risky, and make sure you understand all those risks. But if trading and risk is for you, this might be the place for you. All right, let's get into some training windows here tonight. We have an open mic. What's up, John? Ninja Scalp. I see David Marshall out there. Chester, what's going on, everybody? So I am open on the mic there in the live chat room. If you guys would like to hop in there with us, we can answer any questions here. You guys can come and ask your questions, come up on the mic, have a chat with me, Vinny Emini, the probably the only mentor who ever allows his students to actually talk to him. Isn't that amazing? Like, have you guys looked around, anybody else seen anybody allowing their students to speak with the actual mentor and seeing results, etc., etc.? I don't know of any that do. What's up, Matthew? What's up, Millionaire? Welcome aboard. So let me scroll up here a little bit, and let's while we're getting warmed up, I know a lot of people are still going to be showing up here this evening. I'm going to go straight into let's start with results, then I'm going to show you guys how we attain results. And then we'll talk about some strategies and all the new stuff. We have the new code released. If you guys are not on the latest, it is 8.5.2.2. All right, if the last digit on your version is not .2, you are going to want to get that. I'll talk to you guys about why that is here this evening. We covered that on the late night video on Friday, but I'm going to rehash a little bit of that here tonight. Not going to be a super deep dive because I am planning this week to go multiple videos each day this week on little snippets. I have found that, I mean, that's what people want. Like, don't lay it all out in one big video. Let's try to divide it out for people. It's more of a pain on my tail, but you know what, you guys, yeah, I'm doing it for you. I'm going to hang out here. I'm going to get those into some short videos for you. So at least that is my goal. Where is, go to real testimonials here. Let's scroll on down and see how everybody was doing here today. So again, this is probably one of the only rooms in the world that you're actually going to go in there and be able to check out full results, not just P&L. Somebody's going out there, oh, look, I'm at $800 today. Yeah, but what was your drawdown? Look, like here's one. Like, don't you want to know that there was a drawdown of 1900 to make that 800? Right? Isn't that handy? Now, today was a tough day. If you guys were trading the markets today on a Tuesday, Tuesdays can kind of be some tricky days. I think Mike Schwartz refers to it as turnaround Tuesdays himself. Tuesdays can be tricky. Sometimes they're easy. It just depends. And right now we are kind of coming into this transition phase. We've got a lot of macroeconomic events. You are seeing a lot of volatility kick into the market. So I want you guys to work on speed. I'm going to talk about that and how to do some of that here this evening, because I watched some videos on some of our members, and I can see there's some struggles with speed. All right, we're going to talk about that. It's been a kind of consistent theme with people, and I don't mean speed of the markets, I mean speed of reaction. I'm seeing people way behind on their entries on things. This is a great entry here. Somebody had posted this one. That is is there a dot in there as well? No, just a PRZ cross to the long side. Very nice, off of the back of a shark. So you got a shark back plus a cross, so PRZ cross plus the shark back play. Nice play up and in there on that one. What's this one? We got a double cross, double move. Is that a big one? DCDM 3s and 6s. And let's see how that one played out. That's going to be a big one all the way down to the gold line there if it makes it all the way. They didn't hold it all the way onto the 6s. Maybe they only exited on the 3s. Let's see. Greedy check. Little fib movement. Okay, so somebody exited on a green dot. You know, I'll tell you, like, to really let the stats play out for themselves on double cross, double moves. If you're going to be a DCDM player, I do encourage you guys like to play them all the way out. This is another one. You know, I got to give the critique while we're here. This play should have been held out longer. You guys bail at the first sign of stuff sometimes, and I don't quite get that. That might have been a bad measurement too there, though. Oh, maybe they measured from here to there. Okay. Yeah, okay, so that's not a double cross double move right there. That is a double cross double move up there. So, okay, let's talk about this one. This is while we're here, wasn't planning on this one, but this is a mismanaged trade here, okay? This is simply he's got a headshot here, okay, headshot, it's red headshot with an extra cross there. There is not enough of a leg into that zone. I've kind of showed you guys that before. If this is inside of an accumulation zone, that's not really going to count. Now, if he played it from up here and measured from this top pivot in and extended out here, that would have been accurate, right? And on top of that, he had an easy play because up on the 6s, I think he said it was 6. Sometimes it's a 5. He's got his on 6, and he's doing 6 threes, which is fine. It's great. He's bumped up a little bit. But this play should have been held out all the way to here. And I see his targets there, and I'm sure he had some reasoning, you know. And sometimes you have to change it. There's nothing wrong with it. But if you really want to play out those plays, especially on these big ones, these are bonus day opportunities when you get these big plays like this one right here. And it looks like you probably got a lot of people off sides, a lot of people looking up here, probably trying to get their longs on. So this down move is going to be very, very strong. Would have been probably a great play all the way down. And of course, we don't see the after effect, whether that went all the way down there. But I have a feeling if we kept seeing the rest of that play, I imagine that one played all the way out. On top of the fact that look at the king timing line. So another thing, if this is you, you guys in the future, you see how the timing line still had extra bars to go? We weren't at the king timing line yet. You know, at least hold it out to some spot like that. Now I know he saw the green dot and he said, okay, closed on a green dot. This is half off, half on, half off add. Okay, if you're getting off because of a low time frame, what do I tell you? 1/2. Take it off. Don't pull the whole thing. Okay, these are just, you know, critiques that as you go along, you want to get better. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, he still made money, right? And it's what everybody's like, well, I still made money. Well, that's true. I don't look at things that way, right? And I'm trying to help you guys out, and you know, as your mentor, going, look, how do you push it, right? You can make money, you know, you can have a place, but if you want that place at the white picket fence at the end of the street with all the lights and all the fun stuff on it, you know, there's a difference, right? So always room to improve. If you think that you should stop, you know, look, you should always be improving in life. That's just, you know, I think it's a good philosophy to live by. But I can say I love that a lot of you guys are putting together Giphies. So good, very, very good for you guys to go back and review. And I'm not harping on him too much here. I know he's pretty new with us. I know he's still working on things. But you know, I'm gonna give the critiques along the way to help you guys out. Let's go on. Won't take too much time here. Where we're at, about 7 minutes in. So I'll take a few more minutes for some results. Here's a 2K day, 71% profitable. Very, very nice there. A little high on the max drawdown. It's nearly a 1-to-1 there on 1.44, but on a tough day like today, and I think he's also new. Yeah, J-Rob. He's in the Helping Hands program and he's new with us, so not gonna fault him too much on that one. Let's scroll on up here. We've got $71. Guessing that is a micros. Yep, well done, John. So it's worth 700 on a minis. Liking it. And what do we got? A few more here. 4K 1.8 profit factor. I'm liking that. And let's see the squares right over. I can't tell if that's a 68 or a 58. But well done. Good stuff here. If you guys want to check out the rest of those results, I would scroll through here and you can see all kinds of the full performance reports from end to end, the drawdowns, all of that kind of stuff. Here's a big one there, 12K, 77% profitable, 3.79. Excellent work there. And there are red days in here as well. You guys can go and see those. And, you know, if you guys want to hang out with us, you might want to. This is how I would decide. I would be like, well, what are the results? I don't care about huff and fluff all day. I want to see results. That's, you know, I'm a results-oriented kind of guy. So if that's you, maybe you want to check that out too. All right. OBKB, huh? So let's look at some more fun stuff here. So what happened to my music? Do I have any music here? Very, very light this evening. So new release is out. If you guys didn't watch Friday's video, I'm going to touch on a little bit of that here this evening, and I want to get some of the questions answered that's over there in the Ask Vinny chat section. And I'm also going to go through an entire video that somebody put in. It's only 8 minutes long. I think some of it's at high speed, or it's just NASDAQ. It's a lot of fast play. So I think it's a lot of good review in it. I think some of you guys are probably kind of at some of the spots that that Doug is at. If you are new with us and still kind of trying to find the ropes, you know, just because somebody's a YouTuber doesn't mean, you know, they know how to they know how to trade. I mean, look at Trades by Matt. No offense to him, but I actually sent him an email today, see if he wanted to you know, do that reconciliation thing he said he wanted to do a long time ago. I was kind of disappointed that he didn't contact me when he wanted to do his most recent fundraiser thing, and he said, "Hey, yeah, let's do a fundraiser together." Well, he never called. It's very sad. Why is this taking forever to load? What's going on here? All right, having some technical difficulties here with my Ninja Trader. So let's close it. One moment, please. So, here's a tip. If you are having issues with Ninja Trader, there is a safe mode to launch. I'm gonna do that right now by holding the control key as I launch. I'm holding the control key right now, and I launch Ninja Trader. And should have my control center up here on one of my screens. Oh, it's way over here. Okay. So got my control center now. I'm going to close it and then launch it one more time. Oftentimes that will clear any of your issues. So if that's you, if you guys are having that same issue, maybe that'll be helpful to you. Let's see if she launches this time. Here we go. And we're getting our 4 charts there. So we did some headshot, full auto headshot reviews recently. We are going to do full videos on all that kind of stuff. You guys hang tight this week. I'll show you guys a full list of the stuff that we are going to be going over video at a time with the new features. And another window, which is back here. Here are the things that are coming. So if you are ready to get rocking and rolling with us, okay, we are going to have, I've divided these out, prerequisite videos, got installer videos, chart layout videos, market replay videos, hardware videos. There's a huge change here. So if you have been in the past thinking about our system, but you're like, man, I can't run it on the hardware, I don't want to go buy a computer, all that kind of stuff, well, you kind of don't need to buy a computer anymore. The new updates that we have done are going to allow this to be running on something even as low as like an i5 machine. I have not tested to see if we could ride that on an i3. I would be careful of going all the way as low as an i3. I think you kind of need to upgrade your technology if you're still using i3. So try to get your hands on at least an i5. You know, i9s, look, if you can get to an i9, yes, you're still going to be better. So those of you guys who are like, well, what do you mean, I wasted money getting the higher one? No, you are getting a lot of advantages if you have the i9. So you're going to be able to run multiple instruments, more instruments, you're going to be able to run full auto, etc. But if you want to get by with our cyborg system with 4 instruments at a time, we can run that on i5s now. So that's going to be a big change there around the hardware videos. So my old hardware videos basically have to go into a deprecated state because you know, we did a lot of adjustments in the past for hardware. So that's going to be a big change. People have been asking a lot, like micros and minis. There is a lot of misinformation around these, and I mean, I see people out there who are teaching this stuff and they're teaching it wrong. So I feel like we need to kind of give the public a what's what in this area. Even trader funding programs, I mean, they're the ones taking the most advantage of people in these in the lack of knowledge around micros and minis and the understandings of margins and maintenance margins and intraday margins versus overnight and everything in between, because they're literally telling you you're trading with a $150,000 account, and you're really not. I mean, not compared to discount brokers that are allowing you to run, you know, very small margins per contract. But you know, a lot of this stuff is just a lot of misinformation. So we're going to clear a lot of that up in that section there. Account sizes, minimum requirements and recommendeds around our system particularly. Again, look, there's all kinds of advice around that, but people always want to know, like, well, what do I recommend? How do we do it with ALGOBOX? We'll talk about some of that. Understanding our approach, like the big picture, understanding like how do I approach this, you know, as a video game. Why do I call it, you know, working like it's a video game? Why does practice matter? If we have time tonight, I may show you guys a little bit of kind of relating this back to trading with games, like playing actual Battlefield 3. How do I, as I go into Battlefield, what are things that I look at in the big picture? Things like how many people are on the server, who's in the server, how many jet players are there, how many support guys are there, how many tanks are on the ground, and then making assessments in real time, which is, you know, how the markets are as well. Every game is not the same. That's what a lot of people think that the markets are. People always are like, well, I've been trading for 6 months, I've had some success, and all of a sudden they think they've got it, but they don't know, like, well, a new map's coming out, or a different layout comes, and they just, you know, end up getting wrecked. While our system is constantly adapting, which is another thing that people need to understand is, well, when we are automatically adapting on the fly every 4 minutes, and then major at the beginning of the week to make sure that we are optimized for current market conditions. That's another thing that we are doing in our approach. And then right in the hardcore training, I'm also going to try to reduce the entire training series. I did actually do some revamp on that, so I need to tell you guys right now, if you have not gotten into, or you're just kind of starting in with our video series, or if you guys have an Excel spreadsheet that somebody created that I've told you guys don't create Excel spreadsheets, because I go and modify things, and now I'm not going to go edit all of your Excel spreadsheets. So those of you guys who made Excel spreadsheets with the video lists and whatnot, that's garbage now. Like, it's literally trash. We've got a whole new list there. There's 111 videos now. And if you finish those 111 in the order that I've just reordered them today, as of this morning, over in our left-hand side of the Discord, if you go into Lesson Library in order, you'll notice a huge change there. There are no longer 3 playlists. You'll notice there is only 1, and there are a series of videos before it to get rolling on that. So that is going to be a reduced set, but a more impactful set of videos that are going to get you to your destination faster. Okay. Talking about the 40-day sections and expectations of each tonight. If you guys want to jump on the mic toward the end of the video here, you guys who are transitioning between these sections of the 40 days, we'll talk about that. Transitioning for each of those, of course. Understanding the charts, tide wave, MACV, and ripples. Entries. I think this is, I think people put too much emphasis right here, because honestly, I think the entry is one of the simplest things we've got, which is why I'm going to talk a little bit tonight about how I'm surprised at how many of you guys hesitate so much on entries, and I'm going to give you guys some tips around how to not do that. Okay, so stay tuned for that part here tonight. We're going to hit on some of that. Filtering, the filtering of MACV, favorable direction, deltas, SMLK audio, sessions, the time of day, macros, gears, 5 tracks. You guys can read all that. You guys know the drill. But this is my outlined plan on what we are going to be attacking. I'm going to take a screenshot of this, and I would like you guys to give me feedback around if there's other things. Like, did I miss something? If there's something glaring that I have that I've missed, please give me feedback on that. I'm going to put that here as well as in the premium member section. So if you guys can give me feedback on, hey, what about a section for, yes, and I know I've missed some. Okay, this is just me brain dumping my outline here today as I kind of went into the week and what we're going to be putting onto the new website. Okay. Speaking on the new website, so let me show you guys the current state. You guys saw a video recently. I thought that the mobile side was the only thing that was jacked up. So as I start to look through our site, I'm like, oh, this is looking good. Everything's looking good. We're looking good. We're looking good. Okay, yeah, this looks cool. This looks cool. We start to scroll down here, and I'm like, whoa, why is that? That's a different font size. What's going on here? So there's that font size. Then we go to what's going on here? What's happening with this? Why is this a different font size? Wait, what? Why are things on top of each other when I'm in full screen? Like, what's going on here? I don't understand this stuff. Go to my education section. What the hell? I mean, what else is there to say? I mean, what are we doing? Listen, folks, I can't quite figure out what it is with our current society. But listen, we're doomed. All right. The levels of effort that people are willing to put forward in their work. This was considered done and dropped off to me as though this was done, and it's just quality levels are just shit. Okay, I did my own website last time and before. Like, what is this? What is that? What's going on here? Was this purposeful? I don't know, man. So there's just I get it. It's like, oh, it's small things. Why is this? This doesn't look right. What is? Anyhow, apparently, if you want things done right, you know what they say? You do it yourself. Now, unfortunately for me, this means time consumption, right? And I am going to basically blow this whole website away. I can't deal with it anymore. I'm looking at it. It looks like shit. Now, look, the front page. Okay, it's okay. But I have spent enough money and time on other services trying to get people to do things right, and it just doesn't come out the way that I want it. And I just always remind myself, you know, we are number one for a reason, and it is because I am a relentless pursuer of things, and I am meticulously detailed, and it's hard for me on occasion to remember not everybody's wired the same. You get me? But anyhow, the new website is not functioning. As it is not on time, and we will try to fix this, but it is going to be more time. That's a negative and a positive. It is a negative that it kind of sucks that I can't hit deadlines to save my life. The positive is that there is still more time for those of you guys who are interested in taking up our old offer, which is still the best on the planet. The opportunity to be able to get lifetime, including the 3 robots for that lifetime option. So good news, bad news, more bad news for me. I think it's all good news for you guys, honestly. I think you guys are going to benefit because I am now going to take this over and make the site a site that I would... Form and function are required, okay? It cannot just be form, and it cannot just be function. Things like this need to be working in form and function. I like this. Like if I just paused right here, right? This is a great start. I mean, this thing had a good start. Can we all agree? I mean, does that look good? That's looking good. I'm like, wow, this is good. It's gonna be great. And then it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, whoops. We gotta form and function. All right, so I'm gonna stop complaining about my website, but you can obviously tell I'm pretty upset about the fact that my website's not done yet, and that I have again spent time and money and efforts, and that are not where I expect them to be. So it's okay. We will carry on, and we will get that stuff. We'll get it right. Right? We will get it right. It's gonna take a little bit more time. As far as our code, though, let's talk about the positives. Let's get on some code positive stuff. Holy cow, our system is rocking it out. Now, I'm not going to go through the headshot stuff that I did on Friday, but if you guys want to check out the full auto stuff and looking at the results and things that we were showing how to get timing results and all that kind of thing on Friday's video, quick. So the Friday video, pretty far into the end of this video. So the whole thing was, you know, it's a full like 6.5 hours long. About halfway through, around the 3-hour mark-ish, I kind of finished out, got the release out, and then the rest of the time from right about here, we talked about new features, we talked about full auto. So go check out that section there at the 3-hour mark from Friday's video, the 8522 countdown. For that, I think that's going to be helpful to everyone. I think everyone should go and see that. I will try to possibly break that section out as a separate video so it's not kind of buried in here for people in the future. But right now, if you guys want to get on it, I mean, if you're like me, like, dude, I want to see it, let's go. Get in, go check that out, and don't wait for me to break that out into video format and like also not having to wait for our website and things, right? I will... We'll get to it, but if you're like me, you want to go out there and get it done, so go for it. There's Friday's video. Thanks, Curtis, for dropping that in there. That is going to be some cool stuff. As far as speed and results, our everything is very fast, folks. If you guys noticed, let's go ahead and switch workspaces here real quick. And close this one. Launch standard 1080p. All right, let me connect to playback. Man, look at that load time. Holy cow. That is so fast. And right now, I mean, my machine is struggling. I've got I got so much stuff running on my machine right now. I've even got Battlefield running in the background because I was hoping to possibly show you guys how we relate some things. Like I told you a minute ago, like before you jump into a game, look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna check to see how many people are on the server. All right, we're running at that's 21 and 21, so we're at like 42 people. So decent amount. We're not at the 64 level, but at this point, like, do I have a lot of targets? Yeah. Do I have a lot of opportunities to kill a lot of people? Yeah. So I'm gonna start right there as I start to get into a game, make my assessment. Should I jump into a plane or should I get the chopper since the chopper is available, etc., etc. These are decisions you also need to be able to make as a trader, and I will show you guys how that relates. And now you're thinking like, well, that's crazy. Well, that's the reason that we're different, folks. Like 95% of traders fail, so they're all using logic, okay? But their logic fails. Why does their logic fail, right? Well, that's because probably number one, they don't have ALGOBOX. Number two, assessing the market at like a map is a little bit different as well. Man, take a peek at that lander right there. Pink dot on king timing. King timing lines. Speaking of timing lines, I want to show you guys one of the feature sets that you may need to go and adjust for yourself. So right click your chart, go into indicators right now and go to the SMLK lines. Okay, right here. Bar threshold. Somebody, I think I probably should have explained this a little more the other night, because I think like sometimes you need to understand what this number is. It's kind of like golf, right? Sometimes you might, like golf is like, oh, how many points did you score? Well, a lower number is better in golf, right? It's a little bit weird. Now, basketball, you want more numbers. So in this kind of scenario, bar threshold being 50, that doesn't mean that it's that you're getting more. So somebody was like, oh, so I get more bars, more lines, I'm trying to get less. No, it's not like that. This is actually the size of the accumulation zone that counts. The size of the accumulation zone that counts, which means bigger number, bigger accumulation zone, okay? So the zone that we are pulling from and projecting out and forward, meaning 50, means that I have to have at least 50 bars. Now again, we're not saying, oh, the 50 has to be exactly 50, but it must be at least 50 bars, which means that if I've got a little short accumulation zone like this, right, that I will not project lines out front. Okay, so if this is going to project normally, well, right now I'm running it at 50, meaning I've got to have 50 bars in it. What did we used to have? We used to have 25. Okay, so if you want more lines, you need a smaller number, because it is a smaller zone that will register for a projection into the future. Does everybody understand that and follow that? No, that's a little bit confusing, but again, I will do separate videos on these. I just want to cover a lot of things here tonight on a Mentorship Monday, where those of you guys who come in here, you come in to get the whole thing all wrapped up. I'm giving it to you straight here tonight, okay? So that setting is by default out of the box now set to 50, because that's what I'm using. Market conditions are very, very rapid right now. We've got huge VIX levels, so I want to see the big opportunities and I want to hit hard on those. This is bonus opportunity. I can still run this at 25s. My 50 is still going to count, right? But I'm going to get more lines in between, and I want to wait really on those real big ones. So that is what we're currently doing if you're using our current templates. So what does it mean by current template? If you are using ours out of the box, applying our templates, that's going to be at 50. And if you're wondering why, you know, there's not as many as there were before, as because it was 25. If you want it back to the way it was, then change these numbers. It used to be, instead of 10 right here, 1050, okay, it was 525, okay? And the 5, the top part, and the 10 here, that's the number of drawings. That means how many accumulation zones am I projecting forward for you, meaning all the way to the left. So if you kind of only want lines drawn to the right, you can do less. So right now you see how far back I can go and still see them way back here. And they're set to 50 because I've got it set to 10 drawings. Okay, it's going to literally do 10 of the SMLK zones. And see this one, how they're actually crossing over. We're going to have less crossover opportunities, but the ones that are hitting, do you see how big that is right there? That is a large king crossover timing. And do we see this nice move up and out of it? Like with nothing else, like not even playing anything else. No dots, no crosses, no harmonics whatsoever, just using timing by itself. Do you see how powerful that is? Pretty sweet, huh? And you can kind of see this is a J hook. We got the J hook going and it lands right there, and bam, 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 bam. Pretty darn sweet, if I do say so myself. And now that we know that they are 50 zones, they're going to be more powerful. So no surprise that that one is crushing it as well. Everybody understand that? You good? Cool. Okay, that's one of those settings. A lot of the horizontals, folks, so powerful. You see a big fat white line like this, right? We know, where did that come from? I know for me, I know it's coming off of the highest time frame. We are projecting these down on global settings. So the global setting, if you guys are looking at, some of you guys have enabled the horizontals on the lower time frame and then immediately enabled global, be careful of that. So I want to talk about that tip here real quick. So on my crosses, on the lowest time frame, so we are enabled to draw horizontals, but I do not, on the low time frame, have draw global. And I'm going to go ahead and click it right now and show you why why this might be a bad idea. Okay, why you might not want to do that. So I thought that was actually going to draw a whole bunch. I didn't draw too many, not too many on this one. We're in some zone here where we don't have too many crosses right now. But if I did multiples back, because I think I'm only doing like 3 crosses right now. Back to my crosses, yes. Yeah, I'm only doing 5 here. Let's do the last 25 of them. Oh, I don't have any data. That's well, what would happen is, I mean, these other charts would just get filled up because the lower time frame is projecting them out. So anyway, just a good idea not to have the global enabled down below. But let's go straight in here tonight. Those are the 2 main things I'm going to show you guys, and then let's go right into doing a critique of one of our newer YouTubers using ALGOBOX. Head on over to check out Doug. If you guys are not following Douglas on Trading, you guys need to go check him out. Here he is. All right, so go give him a subscribe over there on Douglas on Trading, and he just crushed some pretty big days over here. I forget which one I was going to. I think it's this $500 one. Let's crack into this one. I think this one was like about.
Good morning, trader.
Or was the other one shorter? Hold on. 10 minutes. Okay, this is a little bit shorter.
Good evening, traders. Douglas here. Today was my first ALGOBOX adventure on the NQ.
Let's
get right into it. You might notice some extra charts up here compared to last videos. I've got these 2 over to the far left. They're helping me get a little bit bigger time frame. They're called the Tide and the Wave and the ALGOBOX system. I think they helped get my directional bias in check. Here's the first trade of the day. The main thing is NQ was kind of in a torrential down.
Okay, so on this first one, I was a little bit nervous for him. So he's getting short, but let's look at the MACV here, right? What's our MACV? MACV is very solid. Like the biggest section of this right here is green right now. So if he's going to take this, he's got to kind of scalp it, right? My opinion is he's kind of got to scalp it. Up top here, now you might want to say, well, high time frame, you know, it's mixed. So we could take this. I totally get that. And I know there's been a big drop down, but look at what's right here. Do y'all see that green dot right there? That is the 89 with a green dot on it that held on the 89. Okay, so this is a little bit of a dangerous play off of the first one. We got big green dot on the 89s, big green section right here. On this section, we've come right down into you see that green line right there? Very, very close. Well, we didn't hit it quite yet. Sorry, I thought we had bounced. No, actually, he's got some space here. He's got some space, but I would be nervous on this first one that his entry is not an entry strategy. So folks, I want to tell you right now, if you are watch our stuff and you're like, oh, it's a red dot, so I'm going to take this play, because I'm pretty sure that's why he entered. Let me back it up just a hair. Let me make sure I'm right on this. He just entered in on a dot, correct? Yeah. Okay, so I have this little phrase in our room that says trade nothing alone, and we do not trade dots by themselves. Okay, little tiny dot. I think he had said that he had a bias. Let's be careful of that. He did have shorts favorable, so I give him credit on, like, that's cool. But this is not, we enter on strategies, not signals. Write that down. We enter in on strategy entries, not signals. This is just a signal. General, like, hey, I got a Fibella dot right here. And yes, it's bright red. Okay. So, you know, it's a level 2, but is that enough to enter on? No. All right. You get me? And I want to show you guys one thing here, because I noticed here just a second, there's another dot that shows up. That's when he should have gotten in. Okay. So I'm concerned on his first play here, but that's all right. Again, he's new. But I'm helping him too, right? So Doug, I'm talking to you, I'm talking to my crew. Let's play.
The main thing is NQ was kind of in a torrential down.
Right there. Now he's got another red dot here. This, if he wanted to enter in now, I would have given him credit for this because he's got double red dot, right? But this ends up giving him too much heat here because that one had broken and he could have gotten a better play here in just a moment. I'm also wondering where his SMLK lines are. I don't see SMLK anywhere here. So one of those things, if you are not seeing SMLKs, remember that tip I gave you a minute ago? I don't even think he has them on. I don't see SMLKs anywhere. So he might have the latest version now because he got it today. Can I tell from this? Yeah, he might have the latest. So this is a scenario where it's a give and a take, right? You may have sections where there's nothing, so you may need to put it back to 25 if you're trying to gauge an entry. If you're already ready up for an entry, you might need to go adjust that to 25 so that you are getting some additional lines. Or if 50 is too large, you might need to pull that back down a little bit if the zones are getting tightened up, okay? So I wish that would have landed on a timing or something else here, but a little bit dangerous. However, if he towed in and he got in right here, this is a double dot, and that would be awesome, right? Double dot play, that is a strategy. A dot is not. Okay, carry on.
Pour, if you will. So I was just...
Now, the thing pushes up on him, okay? He gets a little bit nervous, but if he had only entered in after that red dot, he'd probably be sitting pretty, right? Here we go.
For excuses to get...
Okay, so he closed out. That was crazy what just happened right there, right? And the NQ started moving super fast. So another thing I will tell you as I watched this video earlier is that he's taking this on the twos. You can tell the speed of NASDAQ on this is too fast, which what does that mean? If you're going to continue to trade the NASDAQ, then you need to bump up one level, okay? This is gear shifting in a car, okay? If your car's going too fast, like you don't want to be whipping around, you know, turns and things, you got to slow down a little bit. So the way you do that is go from the twos and bump that up to the threes, okay? And take this fives, and we want to bump this up to sixes. So just some thoughts here, as you guys will notice. Yeah, the lonely dot. What's up, Douglas? Sorry, man, I'm not trying to give you too much of a hard time. Just trying to help everybody out. You too, bro. Let me take myself out of the way here so we can see the full charts. All right. So carry on.
Short. And when the red dot came in, I got short.
So this play ends up being a beast. Ends up working out for him well. He did end up getting, we got the red dot that showed up here. We got a little bit of a break of a red dot right there. Wouldn't have given him too much heat, but if he had clicked on the red dot when this dot showed up, which would have been a double dot, because remember, that would have been a strategy entry versus a dot entry. And if you're not familiar with our strategies, this is going to be a little bit lost. We have certain strategies. Things like, I'll give you a few names: headshot, double dot, DCDM, two-finger salute, PRZ cross. These are strategy entries. If you took one of those, I got no fault for you. Okay, no problem. Now, I also want to say, but that people are going to say, well, Vinny, I've seen you enter into positions with a dot. Correct, but only if I'm already in a position. What am I talking about here, Vinny? I want you guys to pay attention to this. Okay? Initiation. Okay, if I am initiating a position, I am never entering in on a single component. Okay, trade nothing alone. Always remember that. We got that little phrase in our room: trade nothing alone. I will not initiate a position with a single anything, which means it's got to be a combo. And what are our combos? Strats, right? Strategy. A headshot. What is a headshot? That is a dot plus a cross, right? So that is a strategy. A dot, that's by itself. That's in just one item. That's just one item. Cool. All right, so I can add on a dot. Okay, so if I'm already in a position, so if I initiate a position, 4 contracts short, we'll go red here. Okay, 4 contracts short, and I get a red dot. Okay, come in here. Okay, I get a red dot. Boom. Can I add on this? Yes. Okay. Everybody get that? I can add on this. So I might pop it for 1 contract. I might want to add 1 contract here, add 2 contracts. Okay. So I get to a 6 contract position that's already working in my favor. Absolutely. Everybody got that? Cool. Let's carry on. Let's go.
There was a red dot in the middle over here.
So he left a lot of money on the table right there because there's his exit right there. See that? There's the exit, or at least half the position exit, right? On top of that, we've already now arrived back at our green dot on the 8s up there. So on a double dot, if he had taken a double dot play right there, he's sitting pretty. He gets his target 1, check. The runner, he exits on the cross. Boom. That is, you know, at this point in the day, he's already up probably $600 on the day. And we're already at our daily, daily minimum target of $500. Okay, so carry on. Let's go.
On the 8 algo bars.
Oh, then there's a headshot. Okay. Now, headshot near a line, and we are sitting right here on that line right there. Do I want to take a shot at that? Yes, I do. Why? Well, I've got this whole section still saying that I can still take greens. The majority of the MACV for the filter. So do I have a filter saying green? First one, do I? Yes, I do. 2, do I have a level or structure that I can hit it at? Yes, I do. 1 right there. That is a huge one. People, y'all need to pay attention. These lines are not playing around. These are not ones that you drew. These are not ones that you did a pivot line on. These lines come from major delta levels. Now, folks, this is new to the most recent version with our auto-drawn horizontals. These are not your mommy and daddy support resistance zones that it breaks every freaking day. These suckers mean things, all right? So if you get a play on one of these, you do want to take that play. I would at least toe in the water here on this one, even though he's well, I think he's 2 trades in on the day. Always remember your trade count where you're at. But he's at least 2 trades in on the day because he already had money on the board when he started this. So he's 2 trades in, so he's on trade number 3. And right here, I'm going to go quarter position or toe in the water to take one for a little scalp up. Now, because I see this right here, I'm at least getting target 1, though, on a play like this. A quick move, and what have I told you guys? Did this move fast? Yes, it did. Most people are thinking, oh, it moves so fast. Everybody thinks it's like physics or something. The markets are not physics. Right, things that go super fast in an area, like they don't keep going. It's not like what you're thinking when you throw a fastball. It's like, oh, it's going to keep on going. In this case, it's different. In the field of our play, I tell you guys, it's like racquetball. If you hit the ball hard, it's coming back off that wall. Okay, it moved. Did it move fast in this area? Yes. So does that mean we're going to pop up? More likely. If it grinded into this area, it's more likely to carry on. When I tell you guys all the time, if you grind, do not rewind. Right, but if we are, hitting it off the back wall, hitting off the back, we're gonna pop back. That's that racquetball move. Okay, so am I gonna take that play right there to the long side? Yes, I am. So I would at least click the button 1 time, bam, buy. Likely 2 because I'm on trade number 3 and I'm already up on the day. Well, if I made that last one pretty good too. So in my scenario where I had hit that red dot, boom, and I'm up $500-600, yes, I'm going in 4 contracts right here going long. Everybody get that? Remember, I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing, what I would be doing in scenarios like this because I'm telling you guys how I play the game. Okay, here we go.
And it came back on me a little bit, so I got out, and then of course it went right down after that. I was just protecting my account. You'll see that I've got a little bit of money in there. I took a trade before I started.
Yes, we are. Boom. So am I exiting right there? You bet your butt I am. I am exiting right there. We got the green dot that showed up as well along it. Just saw that a minute ago. And then I'm exiting on the red, right? In on the green, exit on the red, full position, off on the red. Boom, another free money. Now at that point, if you do this one right, double dot there, you take the headshot to the long side, he's up 1K on the day. Everybody get that? Very good. All right, let's carry on.
Recording. So we just had a small loss once we started recording. There's
okay,
another
what do we got right there?
dots,
That is a shark tail. Would I take that short? Yes, I probably would. With all the little wins that I've just taken right there, am I going to take a swipe at that? Yeah, I'm probably going to take a swipe right here to see how it works.
Harmonic pattern. I didn't take that one.
I'd add to position on that cross.
And we're moving.
I would target this right here. Okay, my stop would be right here. Let's see.
On up.
And boom, we're out. Right there. See that? All I'm doing is playing the game. I'm just doing what the system told me. Now, mind you, what was there right before that? We had a red dot right here at the back. That's a shark back play. I'm adding to position right there on my cross. I'm going to take it to the short side. Yeah, got a little nervous with that green dot, so I'm going to exit on the very first opportunity that I have out. There's a line right there as well for a timing line. Am I going to exit right there? You bet your butt. Got it? Let's see.
And I'm still...
And boom, we're exited. Got it? Bam. Shark play, shark back tail, right? Got it. Boom, boom. Little one, just a little bit. Like that might be another like plus 100, plus 150. Not worth a lot, but am I going to try to not leave food on the table? Yeah, probably.
I have no intentions really.
All right, so that bat, wow, that bat pushed it up good.
At this point, unless I'm hearing a lot of ticks to back me up, but really.
Okay, am I going to take that right there? Yes, I am. Right? He should have already had his finger over this button right here. Right? Why? We're coming right back into a bat. We get a headshot right there. Am I going to take that as a headshot long? Yes, I am. At least target 1. Now, look, everybody's like, well, what if it breaks, Vinny? Folks, look at this. My stop is right here. I mean, what am I risking? 4 ticks? Yeah, of course I'm going to take that play, right? I'm coming into a bat on a medium timing, okay? I move up, I come back down, probably getting a whole lot of people thinking, oh, cool, we're going short, right? Well, if you catch them off guard, am I going to try to play that up? Yes, I am. So another little play right here, scalp it to the long side. Again, we're on a medium timing. We're in the middle now. We're not right on large yet, so a little bit nerve-wracking, but am I going to take that? Yeah, I'll probably take it.
Really, my bias is short.
Oh, he did. He took
take
it.
This long here.
Attaboy. Now I'm adding to position.
I guess to take long. We had those
right,
double crosses.
and now I'm going to try to exit part of my position around this large timing right here.
And
I know
that
boom.
I'm not going to be in this
take
trade
off half,
for long.
And exit full position on the red dot. Everybody got that? He did a good job, though. He entered in right there. Great stuff. I had forgotten he did that. Good stuff, Doug. Doug, you crushed it, brother. Even though I applaud him on this, he had a bias to the short side, but he went ahead and took a shot at this. Why not? He's got a bat PRZ in this area. He gets a green headshot. Is a headshot a play? Yes, a headshot is a Fibelladot plus a Flowmaster event. Plus, he's got that PRZ zone. Is that worth a shot? Yeah. So he loaded, he put it in, and then he got another cross with it, so that just builds confidence. And, you know, in the future, he'll be working on adding to his position right here. Okay, so I would be a quarter position on the first one, adding 2 more on the second one, pulling off part on the line, and second off at the red. And you've got, you know, at that point, you're up $1,500 on the day.
Quite well. On the twos. And then if you look over to the far...
Now, again, these are things that they take practice. Let me also say something, folks. You're not going to do this on day one, okay? Doug has been, you know, watching our system for, you know, maybe a month or so, not too long. He's doing his first set of videos. You know, he's been around the markets for a good long time. He knows Bookmap, he knows Jigsaw, he knows all those products, right? And he's using ours now. Again, we are a different way to play. We are coming at it at a different game, and he is, you know, first time out on NQ. Okay, I mean, I got to give him some credit on, you know, NASDAQ is the fastest market that we have. Okay, so, you know, jumping into the Ferrari and, you know, trying to do some laps, not bad at all. Okay, and that's pretty good. He's still at 470 on the day, and I tell people all this. Remember all this all the time, folks. Okay. Perfection is unnecessary, but it's a lot of fun. Okay, you do not have to be perfect to be profitable. Is what I say all the time. Okay. Is he been perfect on this? No. Is he still up $470 on the day? Yes, he is. Is he still better than every other trader out there that's trading Trades by Matt, ICT, all those other yes. Yes, he is. Jigsaw turds? Yes, he is. Okay. That's what I love about it, watching you guys
left
smash.
There on that bottom chart on the far left, we're entering what's called the golden ropes, and that's kind of what I was looking to play off of all day.
Yeah, so he's looking, he's paying attention. He's like, oh shoot, we're back in the top side golden rope here now, so we may pull that reversal that he already wanted. And look at the level right there. Y'all see that? Folks, these should start to scream at you now. When these show up, pay attention. You want to take plays on these levels. These are where some of the biggest plays are going to come for you. Okay, the biggest plays are going to come off of these levels, even if they are internally. If they are reversals, if they are continuations, it does not matter what the play is, but this is where the algorithmic activity is going to happen. And what does our system capitalize on? Our system capitalizes on the algorithmic activity. Okay, carry on.
Day in this downtrend is really, that's kind of my sweet spot to start looking for trades. So I'm looking to get back short
again.
This
thought process is very good right there.
And I almost felt like, you know...
Okay, so he's sitting here on king timing, right? So I'm always paying attention to king timing. I am a king timing... I even say it. I was about to say a bad word there, so I'm not going to say that one. But I am all over the king timing, all right? If a king timing is coming up, I am looking for a play. I've got my fingers hovering over the buttons here, okay? I'm going to be looking for a long initially on this play here as we're coming to this zone. I have a section of green right here. We are mixed bag right now. I'm going to probably be going in, at least toe in the water right here. Is that a shark? Yeah, I probably would have been wrong here. That's a cipher, not a shark. So I technically am not supposed to take that play, but I probably would have toe in the water, and I would have messed that one up right here. Let's see what happens.
I might have missed it at this point in time.
Oh, now we have a shark, though. Okay, so now the shark back play is down here though, right? But I probably would have accidentally popped that button right there because there are technically multi PRZs coming in right here, and it's king timing. So I'm already got my finger over the trigger, and I'm itchy on the finger at this point. If I'm up over 1,500, almost 2K, and this is playing, I'm playing small his size here. Normally I'm going to be playing bigger size with that, but even if I'm at this spot and I'm up that many trades already, I'm probably going to take a shot at that. Right, this is turned into a candy section here. I would be playing this. And there's your target right there. Do we get there?
Beats, those big drum beats, those booms, that's trades of certain size
there?
and speed going short.
Boom, we get there.
Sellers,
another winner chicken dinner.
And then if you hear the ticks, they're
What's up,
aggressive
GP?
markets, buyers. What you'll notice on this day is there's
now look at that level right there. You see what I love about the new system with the globals? Okay, so that global pink line is now being projected on his lower time frame, and look at it. Ooh. See how juicy that is? That should be happening on yours as well. Okay, these are going to be showing up on your time frames. All right, here you see a level right back behind it. So this is a play where I might be able to load the boat here. Okay, I can enter in. I've got plays here and I've got plays here on the higher time frame. On the higher time frame, now I'm going to enter in on my lower time frames multi-entry. Everybody understands that, right? This is planning ahead, looking at what the map is showing us. We do have a little, it looks like another one. That one must have just shown up. I think this came in on the MACV timings. So we may have a reversal coming in right here as well, but I need a play. Can I just enter in on that cross short? No. Can't just play in on a cross, right? We need a play. We need a strategy. Roll.
Booms. So you kind of want to stick with that bias. So I'm just kind of biding my time. I'm looking for a good reason to get short. And I really want to get short. Right there.
Okay, here we go. That should be, you can kind of play that as a headshot. This is one of those you get a little bit nervous on, okay? Even myself, right? This isn't exactly the most ideal headshot, right? But is that fairly close? Is that a zone that you can deal with? I can, because I'm thinking about where's my stop, right? I really just care about my risk. Forget my reward. All I care about is my risk. Can I enter in right there with the speed of it? Yes. And what's my risk from here to here? Am I worried about that? No, not too much. So I would probably go ahead and take a swipe at this as a headshot to the short side. Coming into that line right there, we've got the almost a touch. So try to push down first. Again, I'm not going to go shooting the moon here yet because I'm still not close to a king timing, but I would probably take a shot right here. Let's see how that goes.
Setup here for the ALGOBOX system. It just feels like
look at her go. And I'm exiting the full position right here, right? Red. Am I going to exit on a green? Yes. Ding. Next.
Or a short.
Almost any reason to get short is a good reason on this day.
Now, you see that right here? Some people have a confusion about this. They're like, well, it's a green box, and I understand this, right? I have to teach you guys this. It's a green box, but it's a red dot. I hear this all the time for you guys. I want you to write this down for yourself. All that matters, color of the dot. Box does not matter. The color of the box doesn't matter, but the box, they power up. Write this down for yourself in your notes if you haven't already. Power up. It's like the, I don't know, putting the, if you're a Marvel characters fan, it's like the Tesseract, right? Whatever the superpower is, it gets beefed up by the Tesseract. You are in the cube. We're going to take a power dot. That is an HMD. Harmona dot. Okay? We're going to take a shot at that one to the short side right there.
So you've got a red dot down there inside.
Now, he's pretty far behind on that, right? It's really bad entry, right? This is, and again, Doug's just as guilty as everybody else is on that, right? We want to be trying to enter in up here, and he goes short. It's just giving up so much juice here, right? So be careful of that. React to these, folks. React and react quickly. It takes practice, okay? But here's what I would do. If I'm doing market replay, I'm going to rewind this, okay? I'm going to play it again until I get good at, boom, trusting the action. Boom, trust the setups. Boom, trust it, go. And it's really not even trusting the setup that it's going to win every time, but start to notice that if you just execute on them quickly and you stop out where you're supposed to, you'll notice you'll have little tiny stops, okay? Small stops, and the winners relative, I'm not going to say big winners, but relative to your stop, they're big. And that's the That's the stats of our game. Why our stats are so good is that small stops, big winners comparison.
Side of those harmonic patterns. So that seemed like a good enough reason to me to finally get in.
Okay, now I'll be looking to add to position if it breaks
full
down
loss
in
on
there.
that one, and
Okay,
then
so
I
I'll be looking
accidentally
at short again.
end up getting
Boom,
back
add
in
in
position
again,
as well.
because
So I
got
kind of
worked
took
the
2
first
losses
time.
on accident there. Although that
So,
second
2
one
try
was
rule.
so marginal, didn't really matter. But then as you can see, then it goes
Oh,
down.
Man,
So
what a killer. Okay, hold up. Come back to that one. Okay, so if he plays this well, right, we get in hopefully somewhere close to this red dot. We get in short. Okay, well, it starts to rip up. Where's our stop? Our stop is above the dot right here. So did that stop us out? Yes, it did. Right? Am I going to re-enter in on a play like this? Yes. 2 try rule, right? 2 try rule. What's 2 try rule? It means I can take a second shot at it. Second shot, go in again, boom, and bam. I mean, look at the dropout. That's why the rule exists, folks. That's why the rule exists.
marginal, didn't really matter.
And on top of this, look where it went. See the J hook? Hidden in there. There's a J hook here. See it? And those 2 lines right there, green, this is the zone for the J hook. Did it go in there? It did. It went in there perfectly. Okay. And here's the target one for the J hook. Crushing. All this working together for him. Okay. He's got the HMD power dot to the short side. Plus he's in on a J hook. Am I want to add to that position? Yeah, I do. Roll it.
But then as you can see, then it goes
Boom,
down.
target
So,
one.
you know, I just got out a little too early again. I just needed to hold, but NQ can get so wild on you. You just don't want
It's
it
true.
to get out of
It is
control
true.
and then give you a big loss. So we've moved forward here a little bit.
So we're after king timing here, so I want to be looking for a
My
setup.
account's a little bit down from when I started recording. I'm
Give me
down
an
to
entry.
160. I think we started recording somewhere around 275, I think. But still looking for those
Can't
reasons
enter
to
in
get
right
short.
there. I cannot enter in on that, right? That's just a dot.
Look for a short. Fib dot.
If a cross comes, though, he's got his finger over the cell. That's
In
good.
the middle on the 8 algo bars there,
Order
you'll see a
fill.
red dot. So that to me seemed like a good reason. Then we had a red.
Okay, so he got away with that one, but I would be hoping for something else. Did something else come in for him? I mean, technically he's got, I guess, a confluence dot because here's one here as well. A little bit of a more dangerous player there, but did you hear the beats come in? Listen for the beats that came in, and once the beats came, that's when I would be dropping in. Okay, listen for them. I'm going to crank it up real loud.
Algo bars there,
Order
you'll see
fill.
a red dot. So that to me seemed like a good reason. Then we had a red dot down here on the 2 algo bars.
You hear him coming? You hear it?
And away it goes. It moved so fast I couldn't
coming
even
in.
move my target out far enough.
Boom. All the way down. There's the double delta. So now we exit on the king. Huge move off of that one. Tough because there was no cross here. I would have liked to see a cross on that. But hey, he got in with instinct on it. Very nice. And then there's our double delta for the full exits and king timing. Beautimous. Holy cow.
So I left a bunch of money on the table just because I couldn't. I couldn't get my.
Please don't press the button on that.
speed
Now hit it.
going
Now
there.
hit it. Oh, we got a green dot.
That was real
Shoot.
tempting. That was a headshot right there. That red on the
Yeah, that
cross.
one went so
Had to go
fast.
short, but
So this was going so fast right now. At this point, I would be pushing this up. I want to reiterate. Y'all see how fast this is going? So what should you do? If you are playing this and you notice that this is going this fast and you're panicking going, dude, it's moving too quick. Please click on that right there and select from 2, bump it up 1, go to 3. If 3 is too fast, bump it to 4, okay? Just bump up this one above it the same, okay? If you bump this one up 2, bump this one up 2. You got it? All right, let's go.
On the twos.
I didn't take it. I'm skipping forward, but
Okay, now that one I would be taking. That is a nice headshot. We've got a double hold down here. See that? That's a little tiny break. That's a one-tick wonder. Okay, one-tick wonder play under a 2-move. Little tiny tick, literally little tiny little breaker. Now everybody's borked. You know people are on the wrong side of that right there. You got a delta push to the top side. So am I going to take the next headshot? Yes. All right, so I would want to take that. Let's see how that plays.
as you can see, I was,
Off here on the left, I also noticed we got a green dot over on the left, and he's in the Bollinger on the bottom, and we're on the 89 in the zone. We just touched inside the river on the high side. Look at the spike down here on the white bubble. Lots of reasons we might get a bounce right here. I see a double dot to the left. I am entering in like a mamma jamma right there. Everybody understand that? Like that one is, this one's sweating me right here. I love headshots to begin with, so that's kind of one of my, it's almost become my second favorite because I'm such a, you know, double cross, double move fanatic now. But headshot, I mean, headshot love, baby. You know what I'm saying?
I was down to 160, now I'm up to 710 off that one trade. So that's kind of what you want to do, you know, small steps back, big steps forward, small steps back, big steps forward. That's,
I like what he said there. Doug was saying small steps back, big steps forward. I like that. I'm gonna cue that one, Doug. I'm gonna use that one, bud. I like it. Small steps back, big steps forward. I like it.
that's the ideal kind of situation because you're gonna lose. You know, you're not gonna hit 100%. So
Yeah, you're gonna lose some.
accept those small
Keep it
losses,
small.
and hopefully you take those big wins, and that's the key to kind of.
So I'm adding back to that position again. As this comes down here like this, I am adding on that cipher, on that headshot. This is my play, how you guys know when I'm building my positions, okay? I'm going to be in 2 or 4 on my initial. I want to add to a position. I'm looking for any reason to add to my position. Boom. Am I getting that right there? Yeah. On top of that, biggest delta along with the cipher. Am I going to hit that? Yeah. I'm going to hit that. Roll.
Making money in this game.
Uh-oh. I got my finger over the close. Got my finger over the close. We break right here. I'm closing.
So right now we're just kind of biding our time again, waiting for something good to happen to us.
On the MACV.
Oh, closed.
Up there on the
Wow, you went
fives,
short.
top right, we've got double.
Oh, look at him, smart man. Okay, so I didn't even see that. I was so tunnel visioned right down here because I was trying for that long play. Look at this. He's calling. He's got his double dot up top and a double dot over here on the MACV. Good eye, sir. Good eye. I did not even see that. Oh, man. Okay, I missed that. I was trying to hold out. I would have been holding out. Good eye, sir. Good eye. I like it.
Red dots.
Delta target.
Still in
Oh,
that
shibit.
sell-off.
Oh,
kind of
reverse,
mood.
bro. Reverse.
Got out of that.
Reverse, bro. Oh, hold up. Whoa. That is a power dot headshot inside of a PRZ at a one tick wonder break. You see this? I'm getting long here.
That one, I took a small win there, but you see
Oh,
that
there
big
she goes.
power dot
And
come
I'm
in
closing
with the
half my
cross.
position right there.
That
Oh, and look, we got a green dot up top on the high time frame. Okay, so we're half off right here. Oh, look, how far are we going to go? Did we get a delta with it? I don't see a delta. Well, there's a delta shift here. I would have liked to seen one here too.
just scared me enough to get out, and sure enough, it was probably a good idea to get out.
It was a
there,
big
'cause it
fake out to the
jumped
short
up.
side. So did y'all notice the speed down, right? That's going to get a lot of people scared. Or not really scared. They're going to get excited to get a short, okay? A lot of people pushing to go short right there. When one of these shows up, folks, trades by Matt's about to break their bank account. ICT's broken his account. Like all these little turds, they saw the speed. They're like, oh, it's getting short. Oh, I got to go. Oh, and they're clicking. Bro, they are going to get wrecked. All that happened was all their positions got picked up. We're going. Right, we are going and we are blowing, and it went fast, right? Racquetball. Remember the racquetball play. Please remember this. Think about if you're ever asking yourself, is it going to reverse or not? Try to picture, if you guys ever played some racquetball, I know it's not a super popular game, but for me, my dad was a big racquetball fan, so was my grandfather, so I'm all about it. So off of the racquetball, you pop off of that back wall, you hit it hard, boom, that ball is coming all the way back. Okay. But if you do a little dribbler, bloop, 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 like you're trying to get it to like dump up here and like stuck up at the front of the court. All right. Those sometimes suck, but it's a very neat play. Okay. That's the grind. We grind, we stay. Okay. If we go fast, boom, boom, we're coming back. Okay. Did you notice how fast this went? Picture the wall down here. Boom, boom, we're going up. You got me? Fast, it's the opposite. You have to train yourself to think the opposite of everything you've ever learned in life. Things that go fast, right? You think, oh, it's got so much power in that direction. No, it's not. It's a fake out, right? It's like the best basketball players, okay? Head fake, right? Head fake and baller, like boom to the right, nope, boom, go left, right? Head fake to the right, boom, boom, go left, okay? This is what the market's doing. They're like, please press the button right here and give us your money, okay? Please pull your money out of your wallet, Click, click, and you did. Oh, thank you. I'm out. Got me? Boom. And then we get a play though, right? Even if you forget the racquetball play, forget like all that stuff, head fake, whatever. You're just like, well, if he tells me I've got a blue power headshot right here, so I'm just gonna press the button. Okay, it's fine. It's still gonna be cracking it. Still gonna be cracking that money.
Quite a bit, quite quickly.
Yeah, you want to rewind to see the speed again? Yeah, watch the speed on this, Ace. Watch this. Watch how fast this came down. Okay, even I think Doug even like kind of reacted to this play because I'm still sitting here like an idiot staring at this, not paying attention to.
And waiting for something good to happen to us.
On the MACV. Order.
Okay. Did you hear the selling? You hear it, right? And now watch the speed. Watch that blast. I'm just gonna let it go.
Order filled.
Up there on the fives, top right, we've got double red dots.
Boom, boom, boom. Super fast.
Still in that
Everybody thinks it's going down.
sell-off kind of mood. I got out of that one. I took a small win there, but you see that big blue power dot come in with the cross.
Super speed.
That just scared me enough to get out, and sure enough, it was probably a good idea to get out there because it jumped up quite a bit, quite quickly.
On the twos.
Delta cell building.
Wow, and now you hear all of that, And look, where do we go? Boom, right to our levels. Boom! Bro, and that level was drawn for you. You didn't have to draw that line, bro. Done for you.
So over there on the bottom left, on the 24 range, again, you can see that we're kind of back in that golden rope area. That's where I've been looking my ideal
Boom, we get long.
spots.
Get right back up.
Short
all the way to
We've
this
got
green.
Double crosses and
Go.
a red dot
Go.
there.
Oh, headshot.
NASDAQ on the twos.
Looks
Too
like
fast.
I didn't take that.
This is so scary being on these twos right now. This is so. I'm so wanting to reach over here and click the threes so bad. This is so fast. This is too fast for me even.
One. We've got a red dot up top on the fives as
Order
well. We got
filled.
another
So
red
much
dot. So
speed.
now I do get short finally. Guess I was just
Order filled.
really waiting for that one. Got scared out for some reason there. Not even sure why.
Fib dot. NASDAQ on the
There it goes. Now we touched. Okay, so we touched both of them now, and we've got a two finger right there coming off of this area. Very, very nice. But man, that was the play and a half right there. Oof. Juicy.
But it did pop up
And
just
you're by this point, you're done 5-6 trades on the day normally.
a little bit there. And so at that point, you know, I might have been looking to protect myself. But that, of course, and what we've been seeing on this day is if I get out,
Delta cell
I leave
building.
money on the table.
Delta
There it goes.
buy
But
building.
can't complain too much. I mean, we're still up 7-10.
Oof. Look at that one right
And it didn't
there.
go.
Oof. Oof. That's so juicy. Y'all see that? Triple PRZ with a HMD up in there. Oh. It's so fast right now. It's hard to hit that. It is. Even it's moving so quick. This is on regular speed. He's not even running this at high speed. That is so fast a reaction. So I would be much more comfortable running the threes on this.
Go that far. We hit that green dot and those harmonics. I wouldn't take that long. You have to have a damn good reason to go long today if you're going long. But we're still in the golden ropes.
Short.
So it's still kind of an ideal situation to be looking for shorts for me.
Okay, here comes large timing.
Fidelity color dot.
Harmonic pattern.
Large, we're going
NASDAQ
down. Here's
on the
king
fives.
timing. Okay, wait for a setup. Oh man, all we're hearing is
There it
drilling.
goes.
Look for a short.
So I just had to let that one go.
Long. Fib dot.
That happens
NASDAQ
sometimes.
dot.
You don't
NASDAQ
want to
on the
chase,
fives.
although I do chase here coming
Oh
up.
man.
But,
Okay, so I think he paused and fast forwarded right there. But after this king timing layout here, I'm hoping everybody's taking that short, right? We'll get an amen. We definitely want to take that. Now, remember the two levels over here that I said we had those right there, and was that the turning point? Yeah. Yudge. And now look where we're playing. Are we surprised by that?
Yeah, you don't want to chase stuff like that. If it goes with
Okay,
that,
now we
just
got-
let it go. You're gonna
Look
at this right here.
Setup.
On the twos.
So there's a bottom right
dot.
there. There's a red dot inside what's called a PRZ, potential resistance zone.
Double
That's
dot.
that little highlighted box sitting up there.
Target.
Fib dot.
Nope, going up.
Alert.
There's
Oh.
another red dot.
Order,
Going
order
for it.
Ran that
filled.
PRZ, so I get short.
Oh, it's so painful. So painful. Okay, y'all see how far behind, how far behind that is? Oof. Oof. Hurts my soul. Red dot, double dot, triple dots. You know, get close to up in this area, and you're already at target one right there usually. And then you basically, you know, it's free money after that.
There's a headshot up
Fib
there on the
dot.
fives, top
Filled
right.
short.
Look at how fast. This is so fast. Oh, I'm hurting for you, Doug. I'm hurting for it. It needs to be on the threes. This is so fast. You're driving a freaking Ferrari around like the tightest turns on, you know, some crazy course. This ain't the NASDAQ where you get to get straightaways. Man, there's so many curves around this thing. It's so fast.
Look
So it's
for
looking pretty
short.
good.
Crazy.
Fib dot. Nast
But
long.
I think he
Look
still
for long.
crushes over 1K on the day. Amazing work. 2 contracts. That's the most I ever saw him hit. 2 contracts. Busting.
Order filled.
Protect my winnings there. Back up to 810.
Nothing wrong with that. No shame there.
Fib dot. Nasdaq
I
on the
think
fives.
we get one more trade before we're done, and that puts us over
Large timing.
the $1,000 mark on the day. Spoiler alert.
Fib dot. Harmonic pattern.
Valued color dot alert.
So there's another red dot
First
inside
timing
that
coming up
PRZ
on
box.
King.
It's still sitting up there,
We are HMD.
but I didn't take
Okay.
that, and I don't think it would have worked.
Fib dot. Nasdaq.
So
on the
skip
twos.
forward a little bit,
Harmonic
try to
pattern.
get the-
forward. Hold on. Where do we go? Little hoop-de-doop. Past the large timing. So kind of a questionable zone here. There is a J hook out of the king right here. Okay, so what are we thinking? We want to look up. I would be measuring right now, grabbing a measurement from right here to right here. Okay, fib tool here to here, which should give us some projections up here for maybe some targets, or they could also be used as reversals. I love opportunities like this when they come on a king timing. Got my J hook, because J hooks produce for you levels that you can take action on. Little tip on that. That's like a pro tip level thing. It's more difficult. I know you have to actually draw these out if it doesn't draw for you. Now, oftentimes this might get detected. I'm kind of surprised that this one didn't get detected, but I can kind of see how it doesn't fit our perfect J hook criteria. But you can see the curve. There's nothing wrong with you guys doing this manually, right? In fact, we used to do this manually all the time, right? Go back 4 years ago. I was manually drawing the J hooks, right? So they are full auto. What's up, Daniel? Thanks for saying hi. So J hook play, and I've got some levels that I can look for up here. And
This
if they
last
correlate
trade
with
here.
one of these, that's great.
Fib dot. Nasdaq on the twos. Fib dot. Nasdaq on the
Oh,
twos.
we got
Back.
a blue.
We're still in the golden
So
road
I would be
zone.
hitting long right here.
Over there on the bottom
Nasdaq
left.
on
We
the
got
Oh,
a double,
be careful. Finger over the close.
double
'cause we
red
got a
dot
red, we're getting
headshot
long.
there. We got double crosses. We've got that little blue power
Break.
dot in the
Order
way.
filled.
Want to get long. Oh, he's getting short.
Like I said,
Oof.
it's a down day today,
Harmonic
so
pattern.
Oof.
Nasdaq on the twos.
Delta cell build. Delta
Oh,
cell building.
I hear the
you gotta
cells.
take your chances.
Oh man, so I would have been wrong right there. Okay, so that's one. I would have gotten stopped out right there. I would have taken that long right there. Would I have been wrong? Well, green. I got enough green there. Out J hook. We didn't hit target one. Trying to see if I would have been totally wrong on that. Well, I mean, it would have been worth a shot. I would have taken that shot alongside. He's getting short here. I don't know how he does. Let's see how he does here.
Hit that first target.
I do hear sellers like crazy, right? So AudioBox being the killer on that. Do have a down 2 finger, but it's inside the golden rope. So oftentimes those tend to also reverse. So, yeah, tough spot here, but he pushes it and he gets it.
Bounces around a little bit. We've got that second target
Harmonic
spaced
pattern.
out pretty
Fib
far
dot.
because of the movement
Nasdaq.
today.
Headshot, add to
There's that
position.
headshot right
Add to
there.
position.
On the fives.
All right, so right there, you want to add. If you're already short and you get this opportunity, you're starting to hear the drillings, right? We want to add right here, okay? So he's in one. You don't just have to hold out your position. This is one of the things that we really master around here is enhancing our positions. You know, like a normal trader might make a few $100, we make a few thousand, right? Because we're pushing our contracts. We are using discount brokers so that we can add to our positions. And if you're trading here in March, you're getting free commissions on micros right now, right? This is March Madness. We still got 7 days left of March Madness. Free commissions on Ninja Trader brokerage for absolutely crushing it with micros, and you're not even having to pay. Is he trading around 9, 10 a.m.? Yeah, I think he is. Oh, this is before the bell. I didn't even pay attention to the time. Yeah, I hope he's got... Doug, do you have your computer set to Eastern time, bro? I think he's at... I hope he's in Eastern time, but he might not be in Eastern. Doug, you have to confirm for us, buddy, if you're on Eastern time or not. Is this really before the bell? All that action was happening before the bell on this day? Man, whatever day this was, going to be absolutely insane. Yeah, yeah, my brain's too fast. My brain hurts. Yeah, mine too. Woo. Doug was a champ.
Filled.
And we get out
hanging in there.
11:20.
Oh, and then there's his full exits right here. So we're getting the full exits. Wish you would have been so sweet if you had held out just a little bit longer on that. But still, look at him. Look at the man with the plan. You do not have to be perfect to be profitable. The man who's still working on his plan still comes away with 1,100 using ALGOBOX. Amazing stuff there, sir.
Still moving down, moving down.
Delta buy
Oh,
building.
man.
So
So
left a
beautiful.
lot of money on the table there, but again, can't complain too much. It was a good day.
On the Tuesday.
In Q's a beast, so I was kind of just dipping my toes in the water. That's it, boys. Peace out.
Central time. Oh, he's on Central. Hold up. See? Uh-oh. Let's roll whack.
So,
Doug, true confessions. Doug has just confessed on Central time. Trouble. All right, so this is 10:10 a.m. This is no trade time. Yikes. So be very, very careful around these times. 10:10 to 10:30. Very, very tough tough one in there too. We have those rules for a reason. All of this probably happened during that window of time. Yeah, here it is, 10:10. So here's the end right here. We do get that drop off right at 10:10, and then it just becomes a mess. So yeah, we wouldn't actually normally be taking trades during that time window. Thank you, Chris. I just pressed one of my macro keys and totally jacked up a whole bunch of stuff. Can you guys still see me? Pretty sure I just checked. Mic check. Stop my stream. I see black writing all over here on the left. Like clip, share, clip. What is it?
good evening, traders. Douglas here.
I've got extra stuff over here on the left. I don't know what all that is on the left. I just ran one of my crazy weird macros and now it's written out a whole bunch of all right, very cool. Camera's not working now. Oh yeah, let me see if I can get the camera back there. Yeah, but there's all kinds of writing over here on the left. I think it's up something that I just added, somehow I just magically added a text. Ding. Oh man, beautiful stuff there. Okay, open mic. What's up, everybody? How is it going? Beautiful stuff there, Doug. We've got a few more of those. We'll be doing some of those this week as well. So that speaks are helpful to you guys. Any questions? If there are questions, come on the microphone. Great. And if not, I will also ask any questions. Questions gotten posted into the room that you guys want to hear me talk about and Is there a video that explains fib dots? Oh, yes. Understanding why they sometimes just disappear, become invalidated, why they sometimes don't appear until 15-20 seconds. Okay, we'll answer these real quick. So The dots are the only thing in our system that do have a redraw feature on them. Some people call it repaint. Not all of our system, no, everything else in our system has no repaint, dots do. Okay. There's a lot of reasons for that. You can go watch the videos on that. If a dot breaks, we are exiting position. Oftentimes if we're initiating a position or getting into a position. And as far as it being behind, there are two features that, well, one option with two selections. I'm getting some feedback from somebody's got their mic open. Let me see. Thanks, Level Up. Appreciate you. The on-bar close. So you need to, if yours is behind, then if you are a dot player, now we'll talk about this. You can choose multiple strategies. If you are going through our trading program, you're going to choose 3 or 4 strategies that are going to be your own, where you are going to master those first. You'll add them later. You'll add more later. And now that our system is enhanced with its performance, you may want to go ahead and select the option that is no longer on bar close. If you want to calculate per tick as they're coming in, and not waiting for a bar closure, then you will want to set that option. I'll show you what that is right now. So the feature, if you guys don't know about this one, right click on our indicators. Every indicator has this. This is a NinjaTrader scenario. This is not from us, but if you want to go into the NinjaTrader setting for any indicator, we come in here to the dots, for instance, that he's talking about. So number one, I would select this turbo option right here. Okay, turbo, and then instead of on bar close right here for calculate, go into your calculate settings, on bar close right here, select instead of on bar close, on price change. I would not do it on each tick. If I were you, that would be a big mistake. This is like, I don't know. I mean, well, since we've done our new features, I don't know. It might actually be okay on this, but price change. Okay, if price changes, you would want to put it on that one instead of on bar close. Most of the time, I'm taking dots off of these higher time frames or on the lower time frames. The higher time frames, those are going to be more problematic if you are entering in on dots. But again, we are trying to add in on dots with other things. Never take a dot alone unless it is an add to position. Cool. Great questions. Hopefully that answered that. Let's go on to another one here. Hey, do you think we have a mentorship video on 940 to 950? Oh yeah, we can do one specific to that. Actually, I'm glad you mentioned that. Let me put that one on my list for that. 940 to 950 turn point. That is one of our kind of most nostalgic and best traders in our room swears by the 940 to 950 zone for that reversal. So yeah, it's a good question. I will definitely do a video around that specifically just on that, because then we've covered it in other videos, but it's always combined with something, right? And I am going to try to do less of that, where we break them out into individual videos, so they're searchable titles, etc. Yes, watch the videos and you'll find the answer. It's true. Yes, I'll watch the beginning videos some twice. If it doesn't explain why the dots are generated up to 30 seconds behind. First of all, again, be careful your language. If you say Vinny doesn't explain why the dots are generated up to 30 seconds behind, first of all, you're making a big assumption that you're right. So listen, bro, I'll give you the warning right now. You say something stupid like that to me again, I will fucking ban you. It's real simple around here. I don't give a fuck who you are, and I don't care if you buy my system or not. In my room, you better be right if you're going to say something stupid shit like this, okay? First of all, they do not show up 30 seconds behind. And as far as not explaining why, I do. Just because you haven't found it, that's fucking stupid on your part, not on mine. You got me? Next. Hard to catch a move when the dots generate after the move has already happened. You know what? Fuck this guy. I'm going to ban him. Fuck you, guy. Have a nice one. How do I go about purchasing via direct wire to avoid the PayPal fees? Yeah, got you hooked up, Craig. No problem. Need to contact any directory for that. Okay, next question. When it comes to the MACV time frame, I am clear on how to use the turning lines and associated shadows. Okay. Also aware of the Christmas effect. Great. We use the MACV histogram in the lower panel of the MACV time frame. If so, why don't we do a video where this is discussed? Yeah, G.I. Joe, we can definitely do that. This brings me a good time to show you. It will be much easier. First, G.I. Joe, I would encourage you to go through the video trainings in the proper order. I'm going to pull up one of the playlists and show you how we do have a reduced structure on that. And let's come over here to Okay, we're going into premium and we're going to go to the new playlist. And I'll show you where the MACV stuff is here. And it's in there in a good spot too. Like, I think you need to come across that at just the right time. So cart before the horse type of scenarios, I do want you to complete through the other videos before you reach that point, because things will start to make more sense if you watch them in that proper order. Okay. Here we go. All right, so this is a good example of how you would find that in our premium section for that. Let me pull this over a little bit. Here we go. Okay, so the one that he's asking about there, I'm going to be searching for MACV. I'm going to do Control F, MAC. Oops. There we go. So we've got two of those MACVs discussed side by side. If you are watching these in the proper order, you'll come across these two right here. Advanced MACV Trading Strategy Rules. And number two, right here, MACV Quant Trader's Guide, right there with the new features. So explained right there in those two videos if you are watching those in the proper order with our premium members section. There we go. Okay, so back to the Ask Any Questions section here. And yes, the answer, do we use a histogram? Oh yeah, in fact, we use a histogram even more than the rest, right? I'm less concerned with these turning points unless I'm trying to get a pinpoint entry for something already. Then I want to look right here for the histogram. Okay, histogram color really matters. Like this whole section, what do you see most of right now? Green, right? So what am I looking for? Longs. Okay, and now mind you, that is my big picture bias. Big picture bias meaning, am I going to get target 2 or more? If I go against this histogram, we have a very simple rule. Yeah, can I take reds? Yes. Can I take a red headshot? Yes. Can I go to target 2? No. Very simple. All this is a filter for, am I targeting 2 or more? By 2, I mean target 2. Target 2 or more? No. If we are going against the histogram color of the background. Okay. Good question, sir. Hopefully that answered that for you. Does purchasing platinum mean we have the ability to make custom strategies using the dot cross PRZ indicators? To an extent, yes, within reason. You know, I don't just come out here and I'm just going to code anything that anybody says. Within reason. Okay, once you have established that you are a platinum player that understands, you know, full auto, that you've been doing it well, we do allow you to put in requests for customizations, and we do try to acknowledge as many as we possibly can on those, especially if we feel like it's something valuable. And then of course, as we add it into the platinum package, the other platinum members also take advantage of that. And platinum, what he's talking about there is this is around full auto. Okay, full auto folks do have customizations. So yes, the short answer is yes, within reason. There's a big asterisk around that. You know, I have to approve it, etc. Make sense? All right. Reply to. How exactly should we be distinguishing a setup as an all-in play outside of staying aware of our trade count for sizing, of course? Very good. So he acknowledges that majority of our trade sizing comes from where we are in the count. You kind of heard me mention that a little bit tonight when I was going through the critiques on Doug's stuff, right? Where am I at in the count? I've got 5 trades here, okay? Am I on these finals right here, trade 3, 4, 5, right here? I want to get big, right? So adjusting most of the time is here, but he's asking what kind of scenarios under which I would get bigger. Well, let's think of a few. Now, I'm not going to be able to give it an all-encompassing right here. Maybe I should do a separate video on that where I've thought it all the way out on all my outline plays. But oftentimes it will be ALGOBOX. Okay, ALGOBOX coming in, that's a big one. For instance, earlier when we heard on Doug's video there, when you started hearing right, I'm trying to load the boat, right? When I start to hear them getting in, when I know the big guys are getting in, don't I want to chase that? Don't I want to ride with them? Yeah. So ALGOBOX is one way that I would push in and get big, because that's his question. His question is how and when would you maybe getting big, right? ALGOBOX is a big component of that. Okay. So where would let's talk about scenarios where I'm outside of the count. What does outside of the count mean? Where I'm not on trades 3, 4, 5. I'm early in the day. Like, I don't know, I get a bulletproof play at like 9:40 a.m. So I'll talk about that. 9:40 to 9:50. Okay, if I'm trading the morning session, mind you, I'm more of an afternoon player. I play 2 to 4 most of the time. Okay, but I'll talk about a couple of time zones in there. If I'm in this 10-minute window, I'm gonna be trying to get big if I catch a play here between 940 and 950. That little 10-minute zone there, I mean, I'm telling you, there's big numbers here. This is what Whiskers, you know, Whiskers in our room, he capitalizes on that 940 to 950 section. He swears by it, right? He also plays the late part of the day afterwards. But this little window of time right here, this is a spot that I might, even though I'm not in trade 345, outside of that, I'm gonna maybe slam some positions right here. Another one, final 7 minutes of the day, right? 7 minutes away. Of course, if I'm coming to the final 7 minutes of the day, I'm usually probably in trades 3, 4, 5. So maybe not, don't want to talk about that one particularly. How about the 3:30 moment? Okay, so if I'm at the afternoon session, 3:30 to 3:35, okay, I'm going to be trying to get into a full position 16 contract trade on that. Okay, 2 time windows. Those are ones that I would, outside of my norm, try to get big. What's another one? If I really feel like, so some of it is determining trapped. Okay, if I see trapped traders, get it, traders. Okay, I see trapped traders and I'm making a run, right? I'm gonna push. Okay, I know that they're getting wrecked. They're trying to get a position, especially if they're gonna be thinking they're trying to get, you know, some move has gone way up, whatever, and it's kind of starting to slow down, whatever, and it's kind of slowing down. They're like, oh, it's gonna lose. A lot of traders get stuck on these plays like this, right? You've probably been there before, right? You see a big play up, and now you're like, oh, it's
listen, guys, it's losing speed. It's losing momentum. It doesn't have enough juice anymore.
Look, all these phrases that mean things in life that don't mean jack squat when it comes to trading, but this does tempt a lot of traders to try to get in short. And as they try to get in short right here, I will get big in this zone. How do I get big in this zone? Like getting, because I'm going to go long, right? I'm going to do the pushing probe, right? You guys have heard me talk about the PP, the pushing probe. As they're trying to get short right here, they're continuing to sell because, you know, it's a little creepy price coming in here. They're like, oh, good, I'm going to get my short on, right? I'll give them a few ticks. But I'm going to load the boat by adding, I'm going to take a green dot in here. I'm going to take a plus right here. I get me a cross right here. I get another, you know, maybe a shark setup right here coming into the PRZ. I'm going to add right here. I'm going to add everything. I'm going to pretty much be adding and loading the boat on one of these because I know what's my risk. Well, do I really think it's just going to like tank on me? No. My worst case scenario, I have to bail on one of these as it's, you know, really breaking out and down. But most of the time, I'm going to catch people off guard, and it's going to do one of these numbers, and it's going to kind of creep, and it's going to kind of creep, it's going to creep, and it's going to give one last leg of hope, and then it's going to go blam, like right there, and that's a killer play. So another scenario where I don't care where I'm at in the count. If this happens at the very beginning of the day, happens anywhere in my count, and I get one of these plays, this is one where I often load the boat. And oftentimes here, forget 16, right? This is where I'm going to be in my full plus, right? What is a full plus for me? So if a full is 16, full plus means I'm looking at, you know, more than 16 contracts here, right? I'm going to be trying to get to that. Usually you'll notice I have a lot of plays where I'm at about 24 contracts. It's about average big, right? Now there's sometimes if the markets are super high volatility, right, I'm trying to push 40, right? I'm trying to get 40 contracts to run the whole kit and caboodle, but not necessarily if I'm on the NASDAQ. NASDAQ, I'm not going to do this. NASDAQ, I'm going to be right here, okay? If I'm running the ES, I'm going to be trying to push the big numbers. You have to, there are things that you have to think through when you get to sizing. And look, this is where the majority of the difference in P&Ls are. Our plays are our plays, okay? And it doesn't matter if you're trading one contract or multiple contracts. I mean, there is, and I'm not saying it's just all the same. It's not. But if you're concerned right now with like, oh, I don't know if any of this stresses me out to think about this, I'll tell you something. You don't have to worry about this, okay? This is just, somebody's asking me, what am I doing? When do I get big? So I'm answering the question, but this is like an advanced level type of conversation, and advanced is not required. Again, with our system, I tell you all the time, you do not have to be perfect to be profitable. It's the size of your profitability, though. If you really want to push it and you're asking me, you know, it's smart to ask your mentor those things, but I also don't want to stress the people out who are new. They're like, oh man, hold on, there's a lot of discretion in that. Well, there's discretion in size, but there is not discretion in our plays. Make sense? All right, great question there. Hopefully that helps. Also, is your implication that bigger plays are likely to come from inside and far away from golden ropes? Great question. Okay, so golden ropes. Okay, coming through. Maybe we got some crossovers. Okay, so is price, is it's moving along? Okay, are we coming way off of the golden ropes? Right. This would be defined as, I would say this is far away. Okay, and then if price came down here, well, we're inside the golden ropes. His question was, so do we have bigger plays when we are way off and inside? It's a weird question. I don't like the way he phrased the question because they're literally polar opposites. Okay, inside the golden ropes, small plays. Okay, inside, I'm shooting small. T1, T2. When we get these outside layers, right, we start pushing up and out and out and out. Bro, some of these run. I mean, they can run. Biggest plays. So the question is, if I'm my bigger plays, am I expecting bigger runs outside of the ropes or inside the ropes? Outside of the ropes all day long. But if you have that question, like, there's the answer. Outside the ropes, we will get some of the biggest plays. Those are the ones where people continue to think, oh, it's way up here, it's going to come down, folks. And these are the ones that run. These are the blowout days for a lot of people. If you're on the wrong side of a play, you continue to keep trying to short while the market's on a run. And it's no fun for people who are continuing to do that, right? But some of my biggest plays are just pushing against, I know what traders are thinking, and I know trades by Matt. I just ask myself, what's trades by Matt doing? Okay. If trades by Matt is getting short, I mean, I gotta be long. Make sense? All right. Next. Have you come to a conclusion on your official stance for the SMOK lines in the lower and higher ripples? We talked a little bit about tonight in the countdown video. You applied that we were mulling over the bar thresholds and your thoughts on numbers of SMOK lines on the higher ripples. So I didn't really say anything about higher or lower ripples. That really doesn't come into factor for me. It's whether, so look, we know that the more lines that you're drawing on your chart, it can be, you lose some visibility, right? So there's a plus and minus. With everything in life, there's a plus with a minus, right? Seeing this is super handy when we get a pinpoint entry location off of, a spot as we get a shifting point right outside of one of these, we get in a headshot or whatever, we're going to take that play. But when these start to cross over each other and you're adding more of these, so you're having a red here, we're getting a greens coming off, and we're seeing a blue out here, and we're seeing a pink out here. You're semi losing visibility. Now you can mess with the transparency on these. Okay, so you can adjust your settings on these. We'll maybe talk about some of that as I go into every indicator that we have. I will be doing individual videos on those on the ALGOBOX Pro website. So be looking forward to that. But the question is do you want a whole lot of these, or are you happier with a little bit more clarity, but less opportunities? Think about what I just said. More clarity, less opportunities, plural, but you have potentially larger plays because you're set at 50 level zones versus 25. Although you'll have more opportunities, but smaller, possibly. You get the catch with that, and this is one of those, this is a discretionary zone, right? And I don't like that. I try to eliminate all of that for you guys. That's why I say pick one, and either one is going to be fine. We have in the past, if you've been happy with what we've been doing with 25s, okay, I've been doing 25s for forever, right? That's everything. Anybody who's been here for the last 6 years, it's always been set around this 25. Lately, because of the size, the speed and stuff like that, I've bumped this to 50. And I don't know that I'm super happy with it. Sometimes I'm like, man, I need a timing line, and I don't want to go switch his setting. Okay, so oftentimes I am finding myself regretting this. That's why I'm telling you, you might also be regretting this, and I may ultimately just come right back up to 25. So there's my thoughts on that. You guys give me your thoughts. If you guys think 50 or 25, what's your play on that? What's trades by Matt? Oh, what's he doing? I don't know, but he's not answering my emails. I mean, I'm trying to be nice to the guy, and look, I don't know what his deal is, man. Like, I don't understand the people with such high egos. Like, I mean, look, I got an ego, so let me back up. I do understand people with egos. I don't understand people with egos who are stupid, right? Who who are feckless monkeys, but still have egos. That I can't get. That I don't understand. And why you have such a problem, apologizing, especially when somebody has literally donated. I've donated the largest amount of money to his causes than any other person on the planet, and yet he has treated me like shit. So me slapping him back in the face and basically pointing out what a fucking moron he is when he trades, I feel like it's semi-justified. At the same time, I'm not trying to, it's necessarily the right thing to do, but I am using satire hopefully to change his direction. I'm not just trying to slap him around. I think satire is a powerful thing to hopefully change people. In order to, Scripture says that a wise man can be changed by a soft tongue and a conversation, but beatings are required for backs of fools. And I've tried the soft talking with him, and he's obviously proven to be a fool. So now he requires beatings. I don't know. That's my thought on it. Who knows? Maybe he'll turn one day. I'm on a roll. Have you come to a conclusion on your official? Okay, we're talking about that one. Last one. I think this might be the last question here. What do we got? For the new delta horizontals, do you enable global horizontals for just the wave or the MACV also? Great question. So he's asking about MACV or wave also. So I go back and forth on this. Because when I set it on the MACV, I love the levels on the MACV. Really love them. They're very powerful still, and they're giving me great opportunities off of this chart. So I want to have them on, but I don't want to have them global, okay? Because what I notice is when these project over here, then these charts get more difficult to see on. And yes, while it projects onto these, it's really not necessary for me because it's such in the center of my eyesight. I already see the level here. I don't need it over here. It's nice to have, okay? But I don't when these are in my view. Now, why do I say that? Why do I drop that last part in there? Because if I am leaving these charts off on their own, okay, imagine that our setup is this now instead. And we are in small account challenge mode, where I showed you guys my 3-chart layout. The simplified 3-chart where all I'm caring about is playing the video game, right? Where I'm just like, I am down in it. You know what I mean? When I'm like this, I'm only these 3 charts. So my general is, well, Vinny said he doesn't put his globals on the MACV chart because, well, that's when I have these, right? I don't want my 24s infected, if you will, with those lines if they're in my sight. But if they're out of my sight and I'm not using them as much because I am focused almost exclusively on chart 1, 2, and 3, now I am going to enable them. You get me? Because I want to project these down here now. Make sense, Noily? So in this case, I would, but outside of this case, I would not enable global. Now, I hope people understand what I mean by global. I'm still going to enable them. They are going to be right here. The question is whether they draw over here. So people who, I always get those people who are like, so Vinny, you said that you don't turn them on the MACV. Like, no, they're on the MACV, but he had a very specific question about global or not global. So make sure you understand what I'm saying with that. Okay, projecting down to these levels. Okay, down is good, up is bad. Okay, meaning projecting global downwards onto other charts is good. Projecting up tends to be bad and you lose visibility. Things get messy. Vinny, can you explain how to use OBOS? Ooh, that's going to be a good one. That is going to be a whole video around that, but let me show you guys what we've got in store for some of that. If you go back to some of my way back machine, in a way back machine, you will see me using this a lot more often. There's some, how many of you guys know about divergence? How many of you guys have, we got a lot of people who just, came here and didn't learn any of that other stuff. But divergence is neat. It's very easy to see. And that, that statement is relative. But you can see that very well on some of these charts here. So look at these two pivots right here. Let's see if we can find a real good one. This is the only one I can see right now. Okay. So on this chart, I see I'm going to do a green. Can everybody see the angle of this? I'm going to do I'll hold shift so it's nice and straight for it. You guys see the angle on that is up? Okay, so those two pivots are going to correlate with, use P, pink for pivots. See these two pivots here? Is this pivot lower than this one? Yes, technically speaking, these, you got one here and one here. Okay, so our angle here, like this. Okay, this is classic divergence. This is not ALGOBOX. This is not, look, other teachers have taught this. This is their thing. Okay, this is called divergence. I've got two peaks. These peaks are going down. These two are going up. This often indicates this is a divergence and often indicates the reversal. And it did in this case. You see that? Now, people use divergence with a lot of other indicators, okay? They'll use it with, somebody just said RSI down in the chat. Daniel Hudson said RSI. Some people, like, there's all kinds of them. They've got momentum ones, they got all this stuff. But what you're gonna find is, here's the ALGOBOX magic of divergence, is the ultimate oboes. Ultimate overbought, oversold, and the way that we color it, the way that we use it. We'll talk about that in another video, but oh shoot, I clicked off on it. So anyhow, there is clear divergence at this section right here. Sometimes they're even clearer than that, but if you guys want to pick, I mean, on the high time frame, you can get some very, very big moves here, and oftentimes will at least save you from being on the wrong side. Because a lot of times, if we're pushing down like this, well, I'm going to be going, I'm hitting shorts all day, right? I'm like short, 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 short. But don't I want some kind of indication? If stuff's about to reverse, do I really want to get short again right here? Okay, I want to know, right? Should I be getting short right here? Well, if I can see a massive divergence coming in right here, I might second guess that play. Does that make sense? Yeah, you got it. It's divergent. Exactly, Casey. Yeah. One is going, you got two pivots that are up, two pivots that are down. Very easy to see. Again, there's lots of ways to see these things, but isn't it awesome when you can, there's a visible, you know, difference. So that's kind of the idea there on that. Now that's between these two right here, but let's say that you are reading the down moves. Okay. So in theory, if this one looks like this, okay, then this one down here should also look like this. Okay. So the real classic divergence is actually looking at this pivot and this pivot and this pivot and this pivot. See those? The matchups? Okay. And it is still, in this case, the same scenario. I've got a drastic move to the upside here. This is a very strong one, easily seen on our system here. You see how drastic that is? Those dots. Look at these. Okay. Big move up. Still trying to move down. This is a very strong indication that we are pushing to the upside. Okay. So that's one way to use it. We'll also start to show you guys what happens when you get just a pivot turn. Like, notice how many of these pivot turns land with our deltas now that you guys all have deltas. Okay. So biggest delta I've seen right there, and we hit pretty low as we push up, ends up being, you know, a big push up, and then there's the red set up to push us back down. So again, these are higher time frames. You know, you can play this on the low as well, but you know, these are huge plays, right? Imagine pushing one of these. This is 24 ticks each. Okay, and if you're, you know, let's just round it up and do 25s, right? So every 4 bars is 100 ticks. Okay, so you can fit 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, I mean, there's 4 bars in right there. That's 100. Right, there's 100 ticks into up all the way up into that deep crab before the red crab shows up to show you that, hey, this might be the exit spot, and then pinpoint entries drops after that. Right, now, does our OBOS help us on that drop? I don't think so. Same size there. You know, so we still want to use all of our other classic stuff, but on occasion, you know, we may want to flag these. So will we have a divergent indicator coming from Ultimate? Oh, yes. Okay. You guys will have divergent alerts that will come on the higher time frames to alert you to whether or not we should be nervous about a play. Make sense? So we'll have a divergence detected on the 20s or whatever, on the wave. Got me? How's that sound? Is that cool? If you guys got other suggestions for how you would like to see it, I've thought about potentially putting an arrow, but I feel like we're kind of overdone a lot on those. But we could do arrow scenarios, stuff like that. Maybe an arrow with a circle, something there, something big. Maybe just right divergence. But we will have divergence along those two coming out in future release. But that's one way you can use it manually for right now. A few other ways. I'm actually going to be incorporating it some with, where's Masher at? Is Masher here? Masher 500! Are you out there? Masher has been doing some studies for us on using the internals of the MACV to look at levels inside of this section here. I thought this is pretty fascinating. We'll come back and talk about this. Let me just press F6 and start grabbing a few of these. So he'll come in here and he will pick previous main pivot turns. I should probably check to see if price changed. So he cares about whether or not price changed at a level. So he'll look like, where did price change at a level? Okay, well in this case, there was one right here. So he would mark this one right here. Okay, so it's very simple method for him grabbing this off of the MACV. So if the MACV returns and touches that level right there, because we've had historical turn there from before, he's found a significant correlation. Again, it's nothing's 100%, but he's found a significant correlation off of the MACV, which is great because this can indicate a bigger turning point, because again, these are worth, one or two of these bars is worth 20, 40 ticks at a time if you're catching a few bars. All right, so wouldn't we love to catch those? Absolutely. So Masher has been smashing it off of level lines like that for turning points. So let's see if we caught this one here. So that one pivoted. That's a turning point, right? So when did we return to it? We returned to it right here. So his theory is that, is he going to take that pink dot? He is. See how simple that is? I love it. You guys understand that? Just taught you guys the mash. All right, we might be calling that the mash strategy. Okay, we'll come up with a clever name. The guy's name is Masher. Mash, mash, mashy, smash. So make sure his name is included in it, but you guys come up with a clever name for Masher's strategy, okay? Because I feel like we got to mash the button. Am I going to mash the button right there and his name's Mash? I like it. All right, so we're going to call it something with mash in it. You guys help me out with that one. We'll have a naming competition there. See who comes up with the most clever name for the Mashinator. Oh, the Monster Mash! There we go. We're already coming up with the good ones. The MM. The Monster Mash. Because it is. It's a higher time frame. Monster Mash. I like that. I'm feeling that ring. I'm feeling the ring to it. Feeling like some nice memes with it. It's memeable. Memeable as well. I'm digging it. So yeah, we'll come up with some cool. Yeah, but isn't that neat? I think that's pretty neat. And so he'll have his thing down here, and he's just, he's got some levels showing up right there. Pretty neat. Cool, pretty cool. Let's see. So that, man, we've covered a lot here tonight. I passed my time. We're coming up on an hour and 45 minutes. Thanks for hanging out here with me tonight, here, folks. Any last questions? Anybody on the microphone? Take a couple calls. Anybody shifting into new positions that would like to have a chat? We did the mash, the monster mash.
Yeah, I'd like to ask you some questions or.
Absolutely. Welcome aboard.
Hey, yeah, this is Summit.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, I'm transitioning into live in 8 days.
Okay. Let's see. So you went through the first 40. You did through the videos. Did you get through all the videos?
Yes.
Beautiful. All right. Now, not just the videos on the website. You did the ones in the lesson library in order. Yes.
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay. And then your middle 40 days. You did. We got through all of that as far as your. Well, let me back up a step. I don't think I know your setup and your layout. What's your monitor layout?
I have a 55 center monitor and a 27 on the left.
Perfect. Okay, that's a strong setup. Love it. Okay, and are you doing the 3 chart setup like this one that I've got here? For the
Yes.
12 charts?
On my
You're
center
doing 4
monitor,
instruments?
on my center monitor, it's 3 set up like that, and then I have the tide and wave on my left monitor.
Okay, so you're only doing a single instrument or multiples?
No, I have 4.
Okay, so you got 12 charts in your center screen, right? 3 times 4?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, got it. Well, then you're good. All right, beautiful so far. And as far as your trading strategies and things, I don't know that I've seen too many of your results. How's your action been so far?
It's been pretty good. I've had some $1,000 days and some losses when I first started in the middle 40, but that's to be expected. I was smashing, hitting everything.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, I see you had a 4K day just yesterday. 4K, that feels pretty good. $11,000 day a few days prior to that. So yeah, bro, you're feeling it. Oh, look at this setup. Oh yeah, can I show everybody your setup here?
Sure, yeah.
Look at this, clean. Look at how clean this space is, bro. This guy is mentally, he is ready. Look at this layout. He's got his sheet here. I mean, no distractions. Look at this, folks. You should have set up envy, folks. This is nice. All right, so that's looking nice. He's got the right keyboard, got the right mouse, and clean layouts. I mean, you've got full visibility. The only thing you don't have, how about the MacV Ultimate? Like you guess you really haven't been using that too much, or have you had that on a tablet off on the side, or how are you seeing the MacV Ultimate?
It's kludgy, actually.
Yeah.
I have a browser behind me. I have behind some
ALGOBOX
on my main screen.
Yeah, you kind of pop back and forth. That's cool. So that's my only thing about where I go. If you really do want to level up to the next level, like one more monitor. When you're ready and you're ready to put this out, like put one more monitor right here where you've got multiple Discord dividers. You've got your news, you've got your MacV Ultimate, and you've got the chat right here. Your NUC. Got it.
Okay.
So yeah, I would put that on there on the side, or a little tablet down here at least to see that, because I think the MacV Ultimate is so powerful when you are running these 4. You want to just quickly confirm. Now look, you can do it without it, right? You already know. How would you do it? Like you're looking at the MacV main colors, right? The whole histograms. So, but you're kind of having to estimate if one's red, one's green, I mean, it's weird. It seems very simple to track in your brain, but we're having to think about so many other things. If this could be simplified, it takes one less stress off of you. Why that MacV Ultimate, really can solve that for you. So have that within your eyes view for when you are choosing your bias for the big plays. And again, it's for the big plays, right? I don't care about, you're going to hit your target ones, right? Nobody's sweating the target ones, but it's when you're trying to decide between, target 2s and target 3s, and you can even see, tonight with, our buddy Doug, who's, as he said, leaving a lot of money on the table. That MacV Ultimate can help that a lot. So
okay.
As far as your feelings towards, oh yeah, man, look at you, you've been crushing it, bro. 6K on this one, very nice. Oh, great labeling as well. Got your gifts going on. Totally digging it. Excellent. Dude, you're crushing it with the results, bro. Excellent work stuff. Okay, so no, I'm feeling like you're getting it. I see your setups. You've got 6 pages of conversation stats in the room. Look at these labelings, folks. You know what you're gonna know when you're ready. Like when you are feeling it and you're doing this. Like when you are coming here being like, look, when you feel like you're ready to teach the class, okay, or you're coming out here and you're critiquing some other folks who are newer, right? And you're feeling out, these plays, you're like double cross, double move. You're seeing double bubble right here, double bubble, you want to smash, right? And you can't wait to press the buttons. This is when, you really know you're ready. When you're identifying that, okay, we just had double deltas, I want to take a next play, and you see that PRZ set up after king timing, and you hit the button to go long, yeah. Let's see, I know my skin is not the right color, new PC getting it set up. What is this? I know my skin is not the right color. What is that? Are you racist, boy? You don't like Italians, do you? Is that what's up? You don't like Italian Mexicans? Oh, we're gonna fight now. No, I'm just joking. What is this? I know my skin's not the right color. What does that mean?
The slate gray or the for the
Oh, look at you. Oh, yeah. He's got the wrong skin tone, bro. We do not do gray around here, boy. We do not do gray. We are racist against aliens. You understand me? We do not do gray skins around here. All right, no, he's trolling himself. I like it. He's got a good sense of humor too. So yeah, no, that's good. And yeah, that was old. I'm sure you've corrected it by now. It's all good. Oh, you got the continuum too. Oh, shiat, folks, back up. He got the continuum case. Dun dun dun. That's a beast. Which one did you get? Did you get the 1200, 1100, 1000? What'd you get?
10.9.
Nice. That's the one to get, man. I'm telling you. I think too many people have got these 12s right now, and they seem to be having a lot of problems. I know they're going to get them worked out. Like they'll get enough BIOS updates, and they'll eventually stabilize them. But the 10 is such a great deal, and it's such a beast. So 10900, great stuff. Excellent work, sir. Yeah, that is a great case, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're going in about 9 days. Now, how have you been doing with the small account challenge? You've been riding and rolling with the small account challenge?
Yeah, I've gotten through the first 8 days.
Okay. Now talk to me about, so mechanically speaking, how are you doing it? Have you you've downloaded the full small account challenge market replay data set on your computer? Step one, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then you are going to my video. So you let's say that you're approaching day number 5. So you pull up my day number 5 video. Are you looking to see what time of day that I'm starting?
Yeah.
Because I think that's the first thing that I'm thinking. If I'm loading up the video, first thing I'm thinking is, okay, what time of day is Vinny playing? All right, I see it. He's like, okay, it looks like it's 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, or if he's doing a morning session or whatever. So now you're taking your market replay on that day and you are fast forwarding to that section of the day. Now, are you familiar? You know how to use the go-to function so you can go there without having to wait for it, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So you're typing in the time and you're getting it ready.
Yeah.
You're getting your chart all set up to ready to go, right? And so then are you pressing play on the video and then you're pressing play on your recording and you're just playing at it, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, that's how you should do it, folks. If you are paying attention to this, if you're thinking about going live, you're wondering how that small account challenge goes, right? I'm walking through the exact steps right there. And that's it. Once you have, those are some setup things that you have to do, but now you can basically trade with me any time of day. You can trade with me on Saturday. You can trade with me on Sunday. You can trade with me when your kids go to sleep at night. There's no excuse. Run the small account challenge with me side by side. Hear my thought processing through the trades as they're setting up on your charts. You try to think at the same pace. And if you don't, it's okay. Rewind it. Do it again. There's nothing wrong with doing multiple times, because some people I know people get into this pace and like, okay, I'm done. Like they're trying to check off, they're checkoff sheet people where it's like, okay, scratched it and you feel good about, marking something off your list, but make sure you got it. You got it, right? Then go back, play it multiple times. If you didn't get it, if you didn't do well on it, and go back, play it again. Nothing wrong with that. Every time you do it, you're going to get better. So yeah, how's that been? Any thoughts around that? Any suggestions for any of the folks who are going into that section, or any, even advice to me? Any scenarios of adjustments that you would have to do? What's your thought process?
No, nothing really. Just, like you said, don't be in a rush to finish. Like I said, I've only done 8 days. I know I'm supposed to do 2 weeks, but sometimes I've gone back, and done it again. So
that's good. That's good. And there's no really rush on that. Want to remind everybody that, the 40 days, those are estimates, right? They are sometimes it's longer, sometimes it's shorter. It's just kind of like a ballpark I've got to throw out there for you to mentally assert and see, and vision boarding that tool. And I'm pulling on my project manager hat here. Like, project managers oftentimes will tell you the wrong date for something because they know that if you mentally will believe that you have to have it done next week, even though for a fact that you're never going to get that done in that 1 week, you'd be surprised at how much shit you get done when they tell you have to do it in a week. So their mind games that they play that we all hate, it's still, there's a method to their madness. So in the same way, I'm putting out that dates. Like, I think setting yourself a date and trying to target it, even if you don't hit it, is still a good play. Make sense?
Yeah.
So as far as going, so you still got a few, still got a good week plus. You said about 8 or 9 days left. Yeah. So how are you feeling on that?
I'm ready to go.
You excited? You excited to
Yeah,
see,
I'm having
you excited to go
myself. I'm like,
from the sim money into the real money.
yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna, do all the days. I'm not gonna drop it in early.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, that's exciting, man. And as far as your 5 trades, have you been, tracking well with your 5 days? I know I saw your sheet there. You had it right there in front of you, ready to go. Are you thinking through your sizing? Are you adjusting your size? Well, actually, I can tell by your numbers you are. I think so. I can tell by your numbers you have been adjusting properly.
Yeah, I've made some mistakes as far as, because I'll have, different accounts, and I'll say, okay, today I'm going to trade large, and I do, 100K account, and then or I'll say, let me play it like I'm starting day one with an 8K account.
Okay, good.
And I'll have my size. I forget to set my size right.
Yeah, well, that is something to practice, and that's why I tell people, like, this is a time to practice. There's no problem. In fact, the more that you have problems, the more you learn from. I've told people it's the hardest and the weirdest thing to think about, but the more you fail, the more learning you get. I'm going to put out this, it's like an inspirational audio video that I heard the other day from a guy. He said, one of the things on it, that he did several of these, but one of them I'll give the, what's it called? Killjoy, when you tell somebody before, spoiler alert, right? Spoiler alert on it, that he says on there, he says, I prayed for wisdom, and God gave me a whole bunch of problems to solve. Okay, so the problems are what actually teach you that wisdom. The issues are where you learn from, because you're like, oh crap, I don't want to do that. Well, now you literally just solved your problem because you had the problem. You didn't have to think about the problem. You actually had it, and now you can fix it, and now you can improve on it. That's the beautiful part about being able to improve. You actually improve more the more that you fail. So having those failures right now, which is why I have, by the way, that 120-day program, not just throwing it, okay, you can go live anytime what you want, because I know that if you, I want you to fail well in sim, and that's the whole point and the purpose. Learn those lessons now in the sim, in the practice, and then when you go live, you won't be like, oh man, I wish I would have sized properly. Like, you don't want to learn it then. You want to learn it now. And again, it's not going to be the end of the world if you make some mistakes while you're live. I keep trying to make sure people understand, because I don't want you to overstress on the losses either, or overstress on not being perfect, because if you're sitting there waiting for perfect plays, you're not going to make that much money. I've also told people that too. You've got to put some risk on the table to get the reward. MZ said, true, that's the way we learn how to walk too. A lot of fails. Yeah, a lot of falls, that's right. It's absolutely true. And there's that moment, even when you're teaching your kids how to ride a bike, yeah, you got training wheels for a while, but then you got to take the training wheels off. And then when the training wheels are off, there's a psychological, panic, but your kid, when you know that your kid's going to make it, right? They just got to get going up to speed. And all of a sudden they're like, oh, hey, I got this. All right, it's cool, but the first times you're doing it, yeah, it's nerve wracking, but you'll get it. Well, man, I'm excited for you, bud. You've been crushing it in the sim, in the practice. I'm seeing what you've been putting out there for your deals. I'm a little bit concerned. One of your pictures on the 4th. Hopefully, you've already fixed this. I see you've got volume still on your chart. Have you already pulled those to save yourself some space? This is a video. This is a screenshot I'm talking about. So down here, you had volume down here. Really unnecessary. I don't think there's any help for it. It looks pretty. But it's kind of like my ex-wife, pretty but completely fucking useless. All right, so so I would pull that volume off the chart and save yourself some space and give yourself some more visibility. Okay,
yeah, I think that was the old before I upgraded to the new version. Yeah, I don't have it on my new.
Cool. Another one is pulling these tabs off. You can save some space with these tabs at the bottom. Does everybody know how to do that? I should have, I think I briefly showed that the other night. If your tabs are down there, right click your chart, go to properties, and uncheck this show tabs right here. If you're like, well, but I like to duplicate my chart. Well, I used to think that too. I forget, somebody showed me, I think it was Curtis, showed me I can go right here and do the same thing. Right click on this chart and I could duplicate window right here. And the only reason I ever kept those tabs around was because I wanted that duplicate window thing. But there it is, it's right there. So no reason to have it there, giving yourself some extra visibility. You'd be surprised at how much that gives you that extra visibility, even though it seems pretty thin. It does help to visualize our deltas better and gives you some more spacing on your charts. And everything we do here is all about visualizing price and being precise. That's another tip there on that one. But if you've got the latest, I've already pulled those off on the templates, so you should not have them if you got the current latest template.
Nope. Yep, they're not on there.
Beautiful. All right, folks, I'll let you get to it. It's right here at midnight our time. Thanks for hanging out. Any final questions? Any final thoughts there, my friend?
No, ready to go.
Until next time. All right, folks, for me, Pippi, Robbie, Lunchbot, Mod Squad, Curtis, G, and the rest of this amazing gang, let's send out that big H-Town. See ya.
Excuse me.